right, what's up, everyone? It's me again, Ampa Man, and today we are gonna cover UFC Fight Night 174, Whittaker versus Till. And in just a few moments, I will be joined by my best friend, my favorite person in the world, and my girlfriend, Hung Wai, over here. So in a moment, she's gonna join me. So for now, enjoy this little promo of the main event. All right, what's up, everybody? In just a moment, Monique is going to join me. And once again, we are covering today UFC Fight Night 174, Whittaker versus Till. Obviously, a very stacked card. I think there's 7 fights on the main card. Usually, there's 5, so it's going to be really crazy to see. Look at the comments. What time does it start? So the main card actually started at 5, I believe, 5 Pacific time. And yeah, so just let me get this rolling here. Share screen. Okay. So right now, Carla Esparza is fighting. Let's see, you asked what time it started. So right now, yeah, the main card started at 5. So right now, Carla Esparza is fighting, but it's in a commercial. And in just a moment, Monique Yip is going to join me. So I'll just run the promo one more time.
Hey, I don't know if I can hear. right now. I don't know why. I didn't mute anything, did I? So turn it up. Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
There we go.
There
There we go.
we go. Okay, we got it. We got it.
We got it. All right.
Okay, thank you guys for joining. I know that you ran the promo twice. That was really cool, by the way, babe. I really
Oh,
liked it.
thanks.
I know.
Thanks.
Yeah, shout out to my significant other who is so talented.
Very
Basically,
talented.
very, very talented. Basically, if anyone, like I said, I'm just gonna introduce myself. If you haven't seen me already in this fight companion sort of stream before, my name is Monique. I am the other half of Appleman. And basically, the reason why we're doing this is number one, we love watching fights. Number two, we like watching fights together. It's like a date night for us. And number three, we just love talking about them and we love sharing them with you. So right now we're covering UFC Fight Island 3, Till versus Whittaker. Can't believe it. We're only a few fights away from that. So I'm super duper excited about that. Right now, Cookie Monster is showing her dominance over Marina Rodriguez, who is no joke, by the way. 12-0. Like, don't sleep on Rodriguez just because you know about Carlos Esparza. And basically, just do a plug-in as well. Me and some of the boys from Unwrapped Sports, we did a morning stream. That's right, bright early in the morning with a coffee. We were talking about the different fights on the main card and what we thought. So far, I'm 3-0. Cookie Monster, you win this for me. It's gonna be 4-0. I'm definitely gonna have bragging rights, especially in the next few fights. You just have to watch the stream. You can watch it on Fights Unwrapped on Twitter. You can watch it on Unwrapped Sports and on my page as well. So if you want a little bit of a heads up to who's fighting and what we think is going to happen. So far, apparently, during the prelims, great fights according to all the texts I've been getting from the network. Everybody's really, really excited about this main card. And so far, it looks like Cookie Monster. I don't know which round we're talking about. Probably it's probably
The
done.
fight just
Right, it's
ended
probably
for me.
done, right?
Yeah, that was the
I
last
pretty much
round.
predicted that it was probably gonna go to the ground for most of it because I don't know about Marina Rodriguez's like takedown defense and how she is on the ground. But Carlos Esparza, especially in her last fight against Michelle Watterson, Karate Hari, who we both adore. Karate Hari was giving it her all. Obviously with all the kicks to the body, with that background of hers, kickboxing background of hers. So obviously, and karate, of course. So Carlos Esparza was kind of like dealing with that, and not until like the last few rounds was she really picking it up. She's listening to a corner. She was listening to DC, who was like right there in the Apex Center, pretty much like telling her what to do or what she should do, and she turned it around. She used her ground game like she was known for. In my opinion, that's why she became champ after Tough of the strawweight division, and she is just looking really, really good. Like I'm really excited to see where she's headed. Honestly, Maria Rodriguez, you can beat a 12-0 record fighter. Here's the thing: I'm not gonna underestimate her abilities. It's just that like her opponents were just not as high caliber fighters versus what
Hmm.
Carlos Esparza has faced. Because of course she's a former champ. She faced the likes of JJ. You wanted J Chet. She faced the likes Michelle Watterson, obviously, and pretty much a lot more fighters that I could probably name. I could probably name like 10 that she's faced, and it looks like she won. So 4-0. Let's get it. Let's get it. If anyone wants any advice or wants to challenge me in betting, this one over here. Where are you? Where are you? This way. This one over here already knows how the taste of defeat looks like when
Well, I
you bet.
know that I beat you once yesterday, so I don't know
Ew,
what
it's
you're talking about.
Bellator. Anybody, whoever's watching, do you even know there was a Bellator event? Do you know who was fighting? I bet you not. Unless you
Hater,
watch my stream.
hater.
Facts, okay? Facts, babe. Woo! Aha! That's what I'm talking about. Woo! All right. All right. Obviously, me and the Unrun Sports gang, we pretty much picked Carla Esparza to win. She's little, but she's a firecracker, that's for sure. They call her the Cookie Monster, and I bet you after this she's gonna eat a lot of freaking chocolate chip cookies. I would totally, if I was her. So, really great respect between Marina Rodriguez and the former champ Carlos Esparza. I don't even know where she's gonna go from here. I can't wait to see, and I can't wait to see if she's gonna call out anybody or who I think maybe she should face. You know, so I'm just gonna refresh. Everybody's tuning in now. They realize these fights are actually really good. So
Yeah. Yeah, we got a huge card today, obviously.
oh man, freaking Carlos Esparza just went in for the
Yeah.
spear. It looked like to a suplex, transitioned into like half guard. Man, oh man, those elbows were just hitting the side of Marina Rodriguez's head.
Oh
Obviously,
God.
illegal,
Yeah.
all good. Oh, that just gets me going. All right, Dan Hardy on the mic with Carlos Esparza. Let's see what he and says and what she thinks of her performance. I think she's really happy. She looks like she is. She's smiling. So yeah, it looks like Carlos Esparza like obviously didn't underestimate it. Marina Rodriguez's power and obviously her striking. So I feel like a translator or something.
Yeah, she's got a giant balloon on her left eye.
Happy though, even though she has a balloon on her left eye.
Yeah.
She actually has the second most wins in a UFC strawweight division. Basically, JJ Jacek is tied for sorry, not tied, has 12, and Carlos Esparza is up there with 8, which is really, really people like
4-5 win streak.
4 or 5 win streak. I think everybody who's either a casual or like clearly is just watching these fights for the first time, look at the strawweight division, look at the top 5, and look, or even the top 10, and literally just go and watch highlights of their fights. That division is beyond stacked. Like I wish there was a word that was like stacked to the max, something like that that would describe it, because the level of competition in strawweight is fierce. It is like pretty much all the people, all the ladies in the top 10 for sure are huge threats to that belt. The belt going to my sister from the motherland, Weili Zhang. That's right. But I think that I know one fighter in particular that my heart belongs to when it comes to the strawweight division that is going to murk. I'm saying that right now. I'm calling it. Weili Zhang. No offense. I know. I'm like, I'm waiting for that reaction, but I guess because we're on a stream, you don't usually do that. So, all right, you already know who it is. My girl Amanda Ribas, man, she's just looking so sharp on the ground, and obviously, just she can get anybody on the ground in any position. So it's obviously like one of the reasons why I really like her. I'm a huge like BJJ fanatic, so I love me some submissions, and pretty much she's been all about that too. Her striking is decent, and okay, we are going into the heavyweight bout, which is the third last fight. Okay, and let me just say, is it me or is that a really unflattering picture of Alexander Gustafsson? Because he went to heavyweight. He went to heavyweight, so I understand. Like you gotta put in some pounds, but clearly it went to his cheeks as well. So it's just kind of like
Yeah.
a block. He's just like a block.
Nice.
Sorry,
Big boy.
people. No offense. Okay. Like literally, look at his face is definitely more full out now. At least what I noticed, not just in the picture, but maybe it's also his facial hair. Like he decided to grow it out. Obviously, COVID kind of does that. I guess to everyone. Fabricio Verdum looks sharp. He looks fit. Well, like what I mean by fit, like he looks healthy. And I think personally, who did I say? I said on the Unwrapped stream that I think that Gus is gonna pull that off. I just think that he has that knockout power, and Fabricio, like both of them have been like inconsistent. They both like taking time off, so if Gus can land that punch, it's gonna be lights out because Fabricio Verdum has been knocked out before. We've seen that, I believe, with Stipe, if I'm not mistaken, when he lost the belt. So it could happen again. Definitely could happen again. Okay, we're just doing like interviews. They're doing interviews before. They're showing like a little recap of their history and like highlights. Obviously, I'm looking at Gus highlights. I'm liking what I see right now. What I feel like what I predicted. Gus with the TKO or knockout for sure. That right hook is just calling me. And also on the ground, he's quite savvy, which means that I think that he'll have the takedown defense to stop whatever Fabricio is going to pull at him. I know it's a bold statement. Fabricio, man, like he's a god, especially in heavyweight when it comes to BJJ. Pretty much one of the only men out there in heavyweight that actually has that BJJ background, actually uses it to the fullest extent.
Yeah, I think for my pick, I'm gonna have to go to the other side. I think Verdum, I think he's just a real heavyweight.
biased bastard. Okay.
I'm not biased. Come on. I mean, you saw what
What's your favorite martial arts? It's BJJ. Like, there's 3 streams that literally like talk about that.
I mean, if you look at what Jones did to him, in their last fight, he pretty much just held him down, and Jones was a light
How long
heavyweight.
ago was that? Like, seriously, John Jones is not the same John Jones as the last fight. You already know that, so I can definitely come on, bring on the points right now. I'm like Dominic Cruz.
I'm not talking about Jones. I'm talking about Gustafsson.
No, that's what I mean. Back then, that was how long ago? That was
no, in their last fight, the most recent one, the rematch between Jones and Gus.
It wasn't that recent. No offense, but that's just okay. Fine, but continue.
I mean, if you look at the way that Jones was able to, hold him on the ground, I mean, I think Verdum is just he's much bigger. He's an actual heavyweight. He didn't just blow up to heavyweight. So I don't know. I don't see. Obviously, the way that Gustafsson is going to win is through the striking, and I just don't see him being able to stop Verdum from taking him down. And
you can stop him if he goes for that punch and beats the aggressor.
I mean, it can happen, but I'm gonna predict Verdum, and I'm gonna beat you just like I did yesterday.
You want to make a bet?
Okay. What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet?
But I don't know. We can never decide. Alright, I got a good one. If I lose, I have to call you by your nickname.
For the rest of the stream?
One that starts with a D. Yeah. Oh, well, not like all the not every single thing I say has to be like, but yeah, I'll make a good effort.
Wait, why D?
D. That sounds weird, okay, guys? Don't think of what it might mean, okay?
Oh, D. Oh, okay, I get what you mean. Okay. All right. And if you win, what do I have to do?
Okay. Every single thing you say, like about the fights, at the end you have to compliment me. You have to like say
that's gonna be hard. No, I mean, it's not hard. No, it's not hard. It's not hard to compliment you. I'm just saying it's gonna be hard to remember to do it every time.
You see that, guys? That's how you redeem yourself. But come on, I bet you know how amazing I am. That's why you asked me out. You can definitely think of so many compliments to say about
Fine.
me.
You got a deal.
Like, I wish we could shake on it. We should do a handshake. We should literally. Oh, I like that. Yep. I like that. We should definitely hold a handshake.
Yeah, we got to do that very soon.
I'm so nervous now. Shit. If only y'all know, okay, whoever's gonna win, like what's gonna happen, okay? So nervous. I don't ask people, please don't watch this right now. They're gonna murder me.
And you gotta say it frequently, because my end, I had to say it, every single sentence. Yeah. So you gotta say it frequently.
It has to be like if whatever you're. Yeah, I'll be considerate. I'll definitely be considerate.
You better.
Come on, Gus. Come on, baby. Let's go. I can't do this. Yo, that's a good bet. I mean, money bets are not even that fun.
Very good bet.
Yeah.
Nah. And so I want to show some of the highlights from the previous fights. So this is from Instagram, so I don't think it'll get pulled, but this was a KO. A lot of people were criticizing Herb Dean because of the late stoppage. Yeah, I think he's clearly out.
No, he's out. He's out.
Yeah.
I mean, what the F,
Yeah.
Come on, Sweden, Stockholm, do it for me. Get me that dub.
Wow, Gus is the minus 330 favorite. Wow.
Yeah, they've both been out, and Gus, I believe, probably fought the earliest, but I gotta double check that. Yeah, winner!
All right, here we go.
So excited right now. Good stakes.
I'm nervous.
Why are you nervous? Why? Because you already know.
No, I want to win that bad.
I'm 4-0, baby. Yesterday I went 4. Wait, yeah, I did win 4-0. I was perfect without the main card. And the last UFC fight, people, I went 4-1, but I should have been 5-0 because freaking Max Holloway should have been champion, and everybody knows that. And if you didn't, okay, then go and debate me later. All right. Here's the thing. If I lose, I won't be disappointed only because I love Fabricio Verdum. So it's kind of
because you love calling me by my real name.
I love what I see on the screen right now. Hello, Camilla. Love the wrinkles. They're super
Nice
nice.
diversion. All right, the fight just started for me. I'm at
Me too.
4:55.
Oh no, you're like 2 seconds ahead. I'm so scared right now. I've never been more scared for a bit.
Gus looks really big, considering that he was light heavyweight. Like he doesn't look any smaller than Verdum. That's really interesting.
No, it's because he's 6'5".
Yeah, and he did put on a lot of weight. Thick boy. He's gonna have to join Brendan
Hashtag
Schaub's
thick
Thick Boy
boy.
Bike Club after this.
Hashtag thick boy is gonna win it for me.
Wow, Verdum with the head kick. See, that's the thing. Verdum, he can throw those type of kicks because even if
It was really
Gus
slow,
catches
first of
it,
all, and it barely hit him like where he wanted. Because it's just
right,
like they're feeling each other out. Okay, at the end of the day.
right. And the thing, I think that Verdum, like he's okay if Gus catches it because even if Gus takes him down, that's where Verdum wants it. So he doesn't really have a lot of fear in the kicks. Kind of how Ryan Hall's strategy is.
Oh, Ryan Hall's annoying, man. You just have one move. I like
Ryan
hate
Hall's
seeing
amazing. Oh,
fights.
he went in for the single. Can he get the single? He sort of has it. Verdum defends it.
It's like a half single.
I mean, Gus defends it while Gus is on top.
Come on, baby, come on. You can do it, my dude.
Oh, he's punching him. Nice trip. Verdum's got his back.
This is
He's got
amazing.
his back.
I love this fight.
Verdum has his back. He's got his back completely.
It's not in.
It isn't, but he's got his back. That's a pretty big. Oh, he's going for the
not
armbar.
in.
He's
Okay,
going for the armbar. He has the armbar. He's got the armbar. He's got the armbar 80%.
Come on, get out of it. Get out of it. You just keep moving, okay? I feel like I'm coaching him or something.
Come on, Verdum.
No, it's not. It's not at the angle where I feel like
he can still get it.
Of course he can, because
he's Verdum. Yes.
Yo, man, squeeze as hard as you can, and then once this whole like freaking thing subsides, then you're gonna get tired. Okay.
That's what I was saying. Verdum is a real heavyweight. He has like a massive. Like he's used to grappling with much larger guys. That's it. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. Oh, he's got it fully locked in.
Oh, God, no! I'm gonna
2 minutes. Almost 3 minutes left.
No, I don't know where you're at because you're ahead of me a little bit.
I'm at 240 right now.
Keep moving, baby. Keep moving. You gotta like do like a clockwork. Yeah.
Suicide roll.
Oh shoot.
And he's got it. Tap. Fabricio Verdum.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Eat it.
Eat it.
Eat it, babe. Eat it.
Yes, daddy. Yes, daddy.
Yeah. You see, just like yesterday. Just like yesterday. I feel bad for Gus because I like him a lot, but I'm so happy that Verdum won that.
You know what? I don't feel too bad just because like, it's Fabricio Verdum, and like Fabricio Verdum is a master at getting people on the ground. His grappling is impeccable, and Gus, like, to be fair,
I should have bet money on that.
Yeah, you should have. To be fair, the first like few attempts that Fabricio had, like Gus like defended it pretty good. I wish that he would move a little bit more because I feel like he wasn't doing much. Which, if anyone sees the replay, literally, if he kept moving in a clockwork motion, I feel like he could have like made the positioning of it a little bit better. But of course, Fabricio Verdum, knowing that he knows what he's doing, will like somehow get that armbar. So I want to see how he did it because I'm really fascinated by like the technique that he has is ridiculous. Like if I were
next level jiu-jitsu.
If I wanted to learn jiu-jitsu from someone, I would probably pick Fabricio Verdum. No joke.
Mm-hmm.
Some people would be like, "Why not Damian Maya? Why not Mackenzie didn't win?" I'm like, you know what? I've seen like Fabricio Verdum pretty much can pull something out of nothing. So
I think I'd go with Maya, to be honest.
I think like that positioning where he had him like on not side control. I don't even know what that's called, but like he just had him perfectly to extend his arm, right? And like he kind of extended his arm back, where like if he was like this kind of thing, and then like Gus couldn't really do anything about it. So,
yeah.
Congratulations, Fabricio Verdum. Daddy, you're right. I'm sorry.
There you go. There you go.
It's okay. It's okay. It's
I cannot believe that Gus was the favorite. Like, come on, guys. Come on.
I can actually believe that because of what happened. Like he came back and like just more recently, and Fabricio was coming off a loss. I believe. Am I like pulling stuff out of my ass? Hold on, let me see. Fabricio Verdum.
Damn, I should have bet money.
No, why would you bet on that? Was he like plus like something like really high?
He was, I think, the minus 300 and something favorite.
Oh no! course, Fabricio Verdum was the underdog. You look at the rankings and you look at the fact that at least Gustafsson is coming off a win, and I was
But in
right.
different
Fabricio
divisions.
was coming off a Olenek split decision loss. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, when
And
you
my
look at that,
streak
that
is
doesn't really. Aw,
that's
too
okay.
bad, too sad.
Not really. I think that if I don't think I'm gonna my picks are gonna be incorrect the last two fights. So
I mean, I
I'm
just
not.
think that you shouldn't go against me because when you go against me, this is what
We should
happens.
always make a funny like a bet kind of thing.
Yeah,
Going
if
forward,
if you
like
want to
one
lose,
fight. Yeah, yeah. So far, I'm. Well, I mean, like technically, you won the Volkanovski fight, so I technically should be 2-1. But I'm 1-2. I don't know.
mm,
It's tough. That
mm,
one's like really tough to call because like everybody knows that
Verdun
Michael
in
Val.
Brazil,
Oh,
Brazilians. See, this is for Figgy and Verdun and Burns.
I was gonna say M Burns for you. Oh wait, don't forget and Dern.
Oh, and Dern now too.
Swear to God. I think that Amanda Ribas would kill Mackenzie Dern in some type of BJJ grappling tournament.
That would be interesting to watch. Very interesting. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Amanda Ribas is faster. Mackenzie Dern can barely make weight. Like she's so inconsistent with that. And like
You're pretty inconsistent with holding your end of the deal.
sorry, Daddy. Weird. I remember. My love.
Yeah, they're showing a nice replay that. Oh,
I don't know. It's weird. Okay.
that was a beautiful trip by Verdun.
I mean, that was perfect because he was just chasing him from behind.
Yeah,
Jeez. So simple.
and once he
Yeah,
got his
he's
back,
so
I knew it was over. Like if he got his
no,
back that
that's because
easily.
you see like where his thighs were like pretty much like encasing his arm. So like Gustafsson couldn't do anything with that arm. It's like, but he was
Nope.
like, nope, that's mine. Extend and tap. There you go. I want to see his interview because a lot of Mauricio is saying that after this he might walk away from at least UFC, but he might just finish his
Well,
career somewhere else. Yeah.
hmm.
Let's see. Oh, he crying with tears of joy. Okay. So basically, expectations anybody who's watching of Mauricio had of Gustafsson going into heavyweight, and obviously he didn't underestimate him. I think there's a lot of like trash talking between them before. So,
Really? Wow.
I think so. Yeah, that's what I heard. Like saying oh, someone Mauricio, his nose was broken before. He's like, no, I never broke my nose. That's false. Something like that. Dan Hardy says, what's
Yeah.
next?
Yeah, Verdun showed him the size of a real heavyweight. I mean, once he got his back that quickly, I knew that like this fight was probably going to lean towards Verdun because I mean, if he gets his back that easily and that quickly, I mean, I don't really see how Gus would have defended himself against all his other techniques. But yeah, you were right about the
Retired.
armbar.
He
Like
just
he had
retired.
it. Oh, he
But
retired.
I think so. I don't know if he said it's over or he's speaking in Portuguese.
Mm.
Sorry, I was not listening to you because I was trying to figure out what you were saying.
You never listened to me.
This is important. If he retires, like I'm gonna be like a little sad for the rest of the night.
Me too.
Yeah, I think he's retiring. I think he just retired.
Oh, that's a good way to retire.
On top. Yeah, basically, I remember the stream. I had the contributors Alec Carr and Alex Vargas on there, and I know Alec Carr was saying that maybe like the drive is not there because he's retiring. He's saying he's retiring, but I disagreed. I said I think he wants to like retire on top, similar to DC, and that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what he did. He looked brilliant. I don't want him to retire because he's just like he's very super doom. He's like one of my favorite heavyweights and quite well respected, and the gloves are coming off. I'm sad.
Oh.
Well, I mean, the rumors are true. Fabricio Verdum, what a hell of a freaking career! I believe he's like 24-9-1. Like just the resume of fighters that he's fought, impeccable. Like he obviously fought Stipe, he's fought the likes of JDS, Gustafson, at heavyweight, and the list goes on and on and on. And this is, I guess, what the end of one era. But then for heavyweight, there's that trilogy fight. It makes me think of what is next for heavyweight and like who I think will be either champion or like either some prospects, which is hard because a lot of that division is pretty much old as f. If I'm gonna like be blunt about
Mm-hmm.
it, so I think we both agreed that DC is probably gonna win. I guess Stipe, even though I love Stipe, I just gotta be objective here. But Stipe is gonna get that belt back because like DC probably gonna retire after that. A lot of talks are saying that, obviously. And then you have Olenek up there. I'm Overeem, Boogeyman. Let's go. Who else? Uh, Zingano. Sorry, I'm blanking here. Forgive me, right now. So we're doing this promo. Uh, for Sebastian. I can't wait to see if I hate his freaking coach. Okay, Edmund can go to hell. I'm sorry, can't stand him. A lot of people should. I don't think a lot of people would disagree with me on that. That's Ronda Rousey's ex-coach, by the way. And I think Sebastian's gonna he's gonna murder Derek Brunson, in my opinion. Just no offense. Derek Brunson's looking real good. Okay, Chris Brown hair, not feeling it, alright. But other than that,
No.
he's been amazing in his last few fights. I'm on the Sebastian train. I'm probably butchering his name, I'm so sorry. Okay? I'm in Sebastian. I'm definitely leaning towards him in this fight. But Brunson could surprise people. Just not in my the chances of that to me are like slim. Sebastian, like he's dangerous. He's well rounded in my opinion. He has so much to prove. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of people don't even see his skill set. Look at him in his wrestling. Look at him striking wise. He takes advantage. He's aggressive. Like, just give him the win. Okay, I'm definitely not gonna bet against him.
All right. So who do you got in the next fight? Shogun and Nogueira
Okay, so this is important
trilogy.
because I'm gonna freaking like call out my sports family because they already, Mr. Alec Carr made a freaking mistake. No, Nogueira fought last year, so do not underestimate. Both of them actually did fight last year, and they had a bunch of cancellations. They had a few wins, few losses, and I think that Nogueira probably has. A lot of people are saying that he doesn't have it anymore. But Rua, I don't know. He's just not as impressive to me. Because if you're gonna win against Tyson Pedro back in 2018, he wasn't the best Tyson Pedro. The best Tyson Pedro was like obviously before that when he entered into the UFC. So and there's just a lot of either losses or cancellations. So I'm just gonna take a risk and go Nogueira. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
exactly what the odds are on that. I should probably look that up right now. That way we talk about it.
What's
That
my
was a
name again?
freaking slow kick. Sorry? Oh,
What's my name again?
Daddy. Okay, so Mauricio Rua, like that, I remember like when the promo hit and he just did like the slowest kick. I'm like, oh, this might be a boring fight. Like, please, Nogueira, you got two Brazilians fighting each other next. That's right. This is a trilogy fight. That's what what's his face just said. Sorry, I'm blanking on
Yeah.
commentator names right now. But basically, like Nogueira and Rua have fought two times in the past, and I remember like we were talking on the Unrest Sports stream about the fact that they both fought each other, and like Rua was looking really good. I'm like, here's the thing: when did they fight each other? And it was like a long time ago. Like exactly, okay. These men are obviously veterans. They've been in the octagon more than we've actually watched UFC fights. So I think that it could go either way, but I'm swinging towards Nogueira, and hopefully my not my streak, but like my record, my good record continues.
Yeah, I have no clue who's gonna win that fight. So to change topics a little bit, so Ali, Abdulaziz, Khabib's manager, said that Khabib has about 2 more fights left in him, and that because apparently his father wanted him to retire 30-0, so apparently that's what Khabib is planning to do. In the past, Khabib has said that not everything that Ali says about him is true. So, but let's
Oh,
just assume that that this is true. Who would you like Khabib's last 2 opponents to be if he gets to retire 30-0?
definitely Justin Gaethje. Well deserved. He is definitely next in line. And the only person, in my opinion, that's left that's next in line for that belt. There's no offense to Tony Ferguson. That was a well deserved victory for Justin Gaethje. Quite dominant. And Gaethje is one day he's gonna be champion. That's how I see it, and I honestly believe that he's so well rounded, striking. Was a takedown defense. Apparently, some wrestling in there. If anyone knows from his collegiate days, and I think that Justin Gaethje is probably the first person I definitely want to see him fight. No, the second person is not freaking Conor McGregor. You imbeciles! I'm sorry. Conor McGregor does not deserve it in terms if you're actually gonna talk about rankings. Do you know how many people in the lightweight division or the fighters in the lightweight division have worked their butts off, okay, to get to where they are in the top 10? There's a lot of great competition, including Tony Ferguson. So I mean, I think my fantasy was always to see Khabib versus Tony. A lot of people wanted that fight. I still want that fight because I think he's gonna beat Justin Gaethje. It's just a matter of time, and then I would love to see him fight Tony. If Tony fights someone else and gets to top to fight for the belt. Okay, how about you? I mean,
For
I'm sure
me,
you
yeah,
want him to fight Tony, So
yeah. Obviously, he's got to fight Justin Gaethje next, but I mean, I think there's really no other answer besides Tony after Justin, assuming that Khabib wins. I mean, even if Khabib doesn't win, the Tony fight is still something that has to happen.
no, he's gonna win.
I
Sorry.
hope so. I hope
You
so.
want to make a bet about that? I mean, a lot of people should make that bet. To be honest with you, because it's just Gaethje.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to think of something pretty good to bet on.
Why would you bet against the namesake that's right behind you? Mm. You know how I knew?
Uh,
You know how I knew that Jonathan was the one, and obviously this is a joke, but I'm gonna roll with it anyway. I knew that he was the one because the first time when we started talking, through video chat, I saw that picture behind. I was like, "That's it. That's my guy right there. We're gonna get it." No, obviously there's like
let's get this clear though. Let's get it clear. So just because Khabib is pretty much molesting Connor back there, let's not get it twisted. Tony Ferguson would do 3 times worse to him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, Justin Gaethje would do 3 times worse. No offense in my opinion. I think Justin Gaethje's the more technical fighter. Connor's this is Connor. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait, and then try to punch at him. That's what Connor is right now to me. Oh, the shoulder strikes are not gonna happen with Justin Gaethje. Okay, they're
Oh
not
wow,
gonna
so
happen with Tony Ferguson. Huh? Sorry.
Shogun and Nogueira fought in Pride.
Yeah, no, that's the
Damn.
first. That was the first fight. I believe that was
Wow.
part of
So
the trilogy.
yeah, the rivalry goes way back.
And Nogueira won
Wow.
that fight too. Come on, let's get me some 5-1 action right here. I always go one less. It's not bad. Obviously, it's not bad. I want to be perfect, but we can't always get that.
Damn. Yeah, I didn't know that the rivalry went that way back. Pride
I
never
love
die.
it. I love these heavyweight juggernaut,
Yeah.
rivalries. Who's the other one? I think it was Fabricio Verdum or JDS. No. Cain Velasquez versus JDS. That was a good rivalry as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of old rivalries, well, this is really a rivalry, but I talked about this on the last stream, and I'll just say it again for those who didn't hear. Mike Tyson is coming back up against none other than Roy Jones Jr., and it's pretty crazy
Both.
to see him come back. Yeah, I mean, they're both around the same age. They're both like 50 something. So, I
This is
mean,
gonna be an old man's fight. I'm sorry, but it's true. It's definitely gonna be one of those Chuck Liddell, Vanderlei. But I think Roy Jones Jr. definitely has the edge, like you said. He's been training. He's been he's still
competing.
hot. You know what I mean? He's still on
Yeah,
top of the game, kind of thing. So for sure.
but Mike Tyson is still Mike Tyson. At the end of the day, he's still always going to be that lion. So I'm really curious to see how he's going to end up being and how he's going to perform. I just hope none of them get injured, obviously.
Yes, Daddy. Sorry. going on the end of the deal. My God. Anyway.
Say it again.
Yes, Daddy.
There you go. There
Okay.
you go.
It's not that
So
bad.
yeah.
I don't know why I'm not really embarrassed by it. It's just, it's for fun, obviously. It's a little bit.
I think it's just because you're used to calling me that.
All right, let's just change the topic right here.
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with hearing you call me that.
Right. Anyway, so we're gonna start this heavyweight matchup very soon. Mauricio Rua is, or Shogun. A lot of people know him as Shogun Rua. Is just entering that ring, and he looks like the brother of Cain Velasquez. Every time I look at him, I just think they're related somehow. No, I'm not being racist. Like, it just looks like their faces are like really similar. From the profile, he actually looks like JDS. That nose is like very similar to JDS. I am like, here's the thing with the co-main event. I was like, why? No offense, Rua. No offense, Nogueira. Why the hell would you put this as a co-main event? Like the whole Fabricio Verdun versus Gustafsson,
I
that
was
seemed
thinking the
better
same thing.
co-main event. Oh no, Carlos Esparza versus Marina Rodriguez. That's a co-main event right there. Those women are like so close to hitting either top 10 or whatever it is above. Why would you put that as like a main event? Like she's like Carlos Esparza right now is like probably 2 fights away from the belt if she ever gets to that point, in my opinion. You know, she just beat someone who is 12-0. Now she's 12-1-1. That one is gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Okay, so okay. Anyway.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go get something to drink just because like I'm not really interested in this fight, to be honest with you. I just wanna get that 5-1 action. And so I'll be back in like 2 minutes because I don't think I'll be missing much. And if I did, then it's fine. Knockout is a knockout for the light heavyweight. Sorry, I have to think about that for a second. All right, be back.
Okay. All right. So just to revert back to the topic we were just talking about, which was Mike Tyson against Roy Jones Jr. So my opinion on that fight. So Roy Jones Jr. I mean, he's been really active. I mean, he's obviously not going up against the top of today's boxing world, but he's still been competing against other boxers, and he's still been winning. He's still been training consistently. He never really actually retired. But Tyson actually did retire for a long time, and he even said that he didn't even like to train because that would relight the fire of his ego and the person that he used to be, which he said he didn't like. So he wasn't doing anything at all. So which is why I found it really surprising that he was willing to come back and fight again, let alone train again, which he wasn't comfortable doing. So I mean, like obviously everyone has seen his training footage, him hitting the pads. He looks amazing. He looks like just like the Mike Tyson of old, you know. And at the end of the day, he still is Mike Tyson. He's always going to be Mike Tyson. He's always going to have that line in him. So I mean, if you're gonna make a pick, you gotta lean on the sides of Roy Jones Jr. just because of the consistency and how active he's been because he never really retired. But it's still Mike Tyson could still definitely win that exhibition, and like again, it's also an exhibition match. It's not a real match, so it's only going to be 8 rounds, I believe. But yeah, either way, I'm excited for that fight. I just hope none of them get injured. They're about the same age. They're both 50 something, Tyson and Roy Jones. So hopefully they just make their money and walk out of there unscathed. Well, not unscathed, but at least uninjured. Too bad. And right now we got Shogun Rua versus Nogueira, the trilogy fight. So this trilogy goes all the way back to Pride. Pride Never Die. And I love Pride so much. They had some of the most amazing matches, some of the most crazy knockouts and crazy moves. Pretty much everything was allowed pretty much back then. And they had better gloves than the UFC gloves, is what a lot of people say. Nice leg kick by Shogun. Man, it's so weird watching this when you watch their old fights because, back then they were just a lot younger, obviously, way more agile. And now it's just kind of seeing like, the two grandpas fighting again, but much respect to both these fighters. This is like a legendary trilogy for them. It's kind of like, I don't know if any of you have seen the movie Grudge Match with Robert De Niro and Sylvester Stallone. It kind of reminds me of this. So right now, they're just fainting. Nogueira circling around the octagon. Yeah, this sort of takes you back, when you compare how they used to be compared to how they are now. I remember playing on the Xbox 360 and the video game UFC. The UFC where they actually brought back Pride as a game mode. This brings back memories. So Shogun's got him up against the cage. He's clinching him. I actually do not know who won the first two fights. I don't know if they're 1-1, and this is kind of like the rubber match, or if it was one-sided. But so right now my time is 3 minutes. So they're still clinching. Shogun's just holding him right now. Not much is going on. Nogueira's just throwing small punches, trying to break free. And in other news, there was a pretty big boxing match yesterday between Virgil Ortiz and Samuel Vargas, and that was a really good fight. It was a highly anticipated fight, and Virgil Ortiz just pretty much just put on a really dominant performance against Samuel Vargas. Could have been stopped much earlier, according to a lot of fans.
What happened? Okay, sorry. I thought you meant something happened in the fight.
No, I was talking about the boxing match last night between Virgil Ortiz and Samuel Vargas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we missed that because it was early. Sure.
Yeah. So right now, not much is going on. Shogun just sort of had him up against the cage in the clinch, but no real significant strikes have landed. They're kind of just still feeling each other out, it seems.
Looks like I didn't miss anything then.
Nope, you were right.
Both of them are gonna throw haymakers. I already see this fight. Like, I'm in 2 seconds in watching it. I already know what's going to happen or what each of them are thinking right now. This could be a boring fight.
Very well could
fight I don't think is boring. Is going to be boring is Darren Till versus the Reaper, Robert Whittaker. Now,
it might be.
It happening. Yeah, I say might because maybe it's honestly a 20% chance of happening because remember Darren Till's fight against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. At the end of the day, I don't care who you are. If you're a fighter, you want that win because obviously you want to get to the belt or something like that. So anybody who wants to argue about how it's boring, well, if you're a fighter, you could have a losing record. That's on you. But Darren Till, who has all the resources and pretty much all the, he pretty much has so much potential to be a middleweight champion one day. Is going to, obviously want this fight. He needs this
fight.
Here
come the haymakers.
That's what I was hoping for. Come on,
haymakers coming from both sides.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nice takedown by Shogun.
That's right.
Why you called it?
So.
Yeah, like you were saying about Darren Till and Whittaker.
My bad.
So you're eating, so I guess I'll just try to give my opinion on it. So my only worry is that my only worry is that Whittaker, he's coming off like a knockout loss. So I mean, I don't think this is gonna happen, but there's a chance that he might be a little gun shy. That happens with a lot of fighters. And,
I don't think so. Sorry,
I don't think so either. But I'm not saying that's what I think is gonna happen. I'm just saying it's a possibility. So, and Darren Till, if you look at his last performance against who was it, Gastelum? Like it wasn't like that eventful, but I mean I still enjoyed the fight, but it wasn't like really exciting, I guess, when you compare it to some of the last fights.
That risk. You Darren Till is Ken Gastelum. He hits hard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Whittaker can definitely knock him out too. So I mean, there's definitely a chance that they're both going to be respectful of each other and try to keep a distance and try to point fight a little bit, especially with their styles. And it's kind of like karate against Muay Thai. So I mean, it's gonna be a fun fight either way. I'm gonna enjoy it, but
okay.
Some of the casual fans might not if it plays out that way.
All right, casual fans. I'm gonna give you the one-on-one of what I think is gonna happen and the different kind of scenarios that I think will happen. Maybe in this fight coming up, which is the main event. Darren Till, former middleweight champion, Robert Whittaker. It just kind of breaks my heart a little bit that he's headlining a main card. No offense of a fight night. No offense. No offense. I love the fight nights. Don't get me wrong. Okay, it's just that to me he's like this elite, athlete, one of my favorite fighters in the world, and he has the resume to pretty much back that up. What I think is going to happen is the first scenario is that, like you said, it's going to be a boring fight. It's not going to be eventful. Darren Till's not going to underestimate, and he shouldn't underestimate Robert Whittaker. Robert Whittaker the same. And so they're going to feel each other out. That's going to be like the first round. And then like when you go to the second, third round, there might be something going on. But like it was good. It might go along the lines of Darren Till versus Wonderboy, or even Adesanya versus Romero. You could even argue about that. Right? So basically, that's the first scenario. And if it goes to decision, I believe the Reaper is going to win just because I feel like
Wow.
he's the better fighter. And
Oh,
also, the game plan that Darren Till should have is not that. He should not just be silent and let Robert Whittaker do what he does best, and he will close the distance. I don't give I don't give a crap about his the fact that they have like a height and a reach advantage difference. Robert Whittaker is not afraid to close distance. If you don't believe me, go ahead and watch the whole Romero fight. Which happened like a couple times, not just once. Okay, so that's the scenario that I think should happen is that Darren Till should, be the aggressor. A lot of haymakers getting thrown. I know
oh,
we're still
huge
on
haymakers.
a
Oh my
couple
God,
down.
Nogueira just kind of like almost football tackled Shogun.
Yeah.
He just laid him on his back flat.
Okay, so haymakers and that, and I believe he's trying to go for some type of armbar. I think he was trying to.
Yeah, this is not a boring fight, like we
Not
first
anymore.
thought.
These men are like, I want to win that third fight.
Yeah. Oh my God, imagine they both retire after this fight. They retire together.
That's
That would
kind
be
of
epic.
cute. That's like I respect you like so much, my brother, my brother. Like that's exactly what. Okay, anyways, so that's I think that Darren Till should adopt that game plan that he should be the aggressor. He has no problem with the cardio. I don't have a worry about that. And if you're the aggressor, now Robert Whittaker, obviously amazing counter striker himself, the better fighter in terms of overall competency and skill level. He is the smarter fighter intellectually than Darren Till. I'm not saying he's dumb. I'm just saying in the fight game, that IQ not always there. Obviously, he doesn't always follow the game plan. And look what happens when he doesn't follow the game plan. Get knocked out by Cuban Jesus himself, Jorge Masvidal, and I'm there to witness it. So
Hmm.
basically, I think that Tarantino should stay on him. Whether that's gonna work in his favor, I think it will because when he's aggressive, it's really hard to counter Darren Till. Honestly, and especially at 185,
You
this
know
man has
that.
he's a lot of power. You know that, honey. You know that exactly, babe. Exactly. Sorry. Exactly, daddy. And it's weird. It's a weird expression. I can't do it. Anyways, basically, that's what I think is going to happen. But like, or should happen, but I think what's gonna happen is that it's probably gonna go to decision. I don't honestly, I can't see Robert Whittaker knocking Darren Till out. I'm sorry, but the
Really?
hands of Cuban Jesus, like honestly, might be a bit better than Robert Whittaker. But it's a different weight class, so I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen until I see someone like as much as I love Kevin Gastelum and I freaking like respect the hell out of him. Like
Mm.
Robert Whittaker is on a next level. Obviously a more well-rounded fighter and patient as well. I think Darren Till should be a bit patient because I feel like when he rushes things or when he said like, oh, I won that first round like he did with Masvidal in the second round he let go a little bit, bam, knockout. So I think he should be
Mm.
patient. I think he should be more thoughtful in what he actually decides to execute because throwing haymakers might just get you caught against someone like Robert Whittaker who's amazing in pretty much all aspects of the game. I cannot love him anymore kind of thing than in terms of middleweight. So that's just me. That's just me though.
Well, in my opinion, I'm gonna have to push back a little bit on that. I think that
I want to do the bet again. I want to do a bet,
I think
babe.
that Darren would be the one trying to get this fight to go to decision, especially when you look at his last performance. He's a lot safer. He's trying to stick to the game plan more, like you said, and not get too excited. And Whittaker, I think he's the one with the power, especially because Masvidal definitely has better hands, but
Mm-hmm.
if we're going up a weight class. This is 15 more pounds that Whittaker has. Like Whittaker. Till also he's not a small guy, but when it comes to
Not at
size
all.
against Whittaker, I think it's pretty even almost. If not,
That's for
Whittaker might be a little bit bigger.
Anyways, sorry, I had to put that in there.
Yeah,
Basically,
Whittaker
this
definitely has that big dick energy.
I know, right? I'm sure they both like have that. Anyways, we're not gonna talk about that right now. I think that his last fight, like, I think what you're talking about Darren Till's last fight. He's a bit
Hmm.
patient. Yeah, okay, fine, but that was one fight. I want to see more consistency. You're not going to be able to
Hmm.
go and be champion in that division, and you're going against what Borashida, Adesanya, Romero is still up there. Oh gosh, like the list goes on and on. So I wouldn't just. I don't care if he pretty much just had one fight where he was patient and he was thoughtful and he was
Hmm.
taking his time. Like that's one fight and he's still young, and he's not the champion yet. He's not even close to being the champion yet. So you know what? I think that I need him to prove himself tonight, and I think he needs to prove himself that he can stand with the top 5, top 10, fighters in middleweight. Because right now, doesn't look like it. You got what, like a decision win against Calvin Gastelum. No offense, Calvin Gastelum, love you, respect the hell out of you, but like that's only one fighter, and like there's so many in the top.
Yeah,
As
but
Darren Till,
if
like
you if you, I
I'm
mean,
saying,
if we're gonna play, I guess MMA math just a little bit. If Kelvin Gastelum, yeah, he's just one fighter, but I think he had the best performance against Israel Adesanya. He had that amazing fight with him, and so Darren Till pretty much won a pretty not a dominant fight, but it was clearly
no,
in
that's
his.
the whole point. Like I don't know. I'm sorry. Like when you have to prove yourself, right, to the top, well, to the division, to UFC, um, you have to go for broke sometimes. And Darren
Mm,
still has the abilities, the power to do that. And I think that he doesn't showcase enough of his abilities, and like that's what I want to see in middleweight. So I'm really excited about this next fight. Obviously, these men are not gonna go down unless someone sleeps. Nogueira versus Rua, part tres. That's right. Sorry, I was thinking about that too much.
I don't know. I'm gonna quote you a little bit from the past streams. I think that a win is a win, so I think
True,
that's what he has to do to move up.
but I don't know. It's against Whittaker. You have to like assert your dominance. Like, I'm not saying that the
I don't
same thing's gonna
know. I
happen
think
with
Whittaker
Adesanya.
has the one. I think Whittaker has the power advantage, in my opinion, especially with him moving up a weight class. I think that Till is the one that's going to probably try to point fight a little bit. I mean,
Yeah, but like,
I might be wrong. He might just totally just not do that and just come like
annihilate
rushing
him.
at him.
Oh
And
yeah.
you never know.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with Till. My heart says Till. My head says Whittaker a little bit, but I'm gonna go with Till. I think he's gonna find a way to pull it off.
I'm gonna go with the underdog, and I can't believe I'm saying this. He's the underdog in this fight, Robert Whittaker. I believe so.
Whittaker's the under? No way.
Am I crazy? I probably just pulled that out
No
of my
way.
ass.
I don't know. I think a lot of people think that. I mean, if he is the underdog, they might think that he will have the Tyron Woodley effect, which Tyron Woodley, he was so dominant for so long, and then all of a sudden he loses and he goes on a losing skid. So I mean, I'm afraid that that's going to happen to Whittaker. I don't want it to happen, even though I want Till to win. But I think that's
Make
probably
up
why
your
people.
fucking mind, babe.
I'm not babe.
Sorry,
You know
daddy.
what I am. There you go.
My bad.
So yeah, Shogun and who other still going at it. None of them have fallen. I don't believe.
They're like we're not falling. Oh, you're right. Okay, Darren Till is the plus 115 favorite. It's not that. That's really close, by the way.
Wait, Darren Till was the favorite?
No, Barbara Whittaker is but it's like
Oh,
minus 115 plus 115.
oh, okay. That's still pretty even.
I definitely want to see like this end in like some type of knockout.
I know, me too. It's probably not gonna happen though at this point in the
These
fight.
men have developed chins for like a long time. Okay. They're veterans, like the pretty much the veterans right now in the heavyweight game. The heavyweight game.
I think it's. Not sure actually.
I haven't been watching. I've been talking to you and eating and going out and get food. Y'all they really think I'm
You're
predictable.
making
Like,
me
I love
hungry.
that, man.
You're making me hungry. I should have got food.
Like a charcuterie board, which is basically like get cheese, cold cuts, veggies, grapes. Everybody got your snacks, okay? It's gonna be a nice main event coming up. Darren Till versus Robert Whittaker. And the gorilla is facing the Reaper. Will the Reaper slash the gorilla, or will the gorilla just annihilate the Reaper? Oh, that's really good. That was really good. I did not plan that. I did not
So,
plan that.
assuming Darren Till wins, do you think that he is deserving of a title shot after this?
No, one more match.
Oh,
No, one more match. Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna disagree, honey. I'm gonna disagree.
Go ahead and scream. Go ahead and scream, babe. Or daddy, whatever.
I mean, I think it also depends on how. Like, if he manages to win, how he wins,
If
because
he's not dominant, which I don't think he's gonna be, he's not gonna get a title shot. It's not gonna be exciting enough. Trust me.
Right.
This is how the UFC
right.
works.
Mm-hmm.
Either you know, like if let's try. I didn't mean to cut you off. Either like is it like like Jan Blakovic?
Yeah.
His last fight, amazing knockout, but nobody knows Jan. Casuals that are watching, I don't think you know who Jan is in the light heavyweight division. Y'all know who Thiago Santos is. You obviously know John Jones. You know who Dominic Reyes is. That was people saying it's a robbery, things like that. So those men will probably get there before Jan or John.
Wow. Wow. Bold statement. I don't know. I think. Yeah, well, you're probably right. If it's not exciting.
Why is it bold statement? You're like, yeah. You're probably right. I'm like, babe, come on.
If it's not exciting, but I think it's gonna be. Well, I mean, if Till isn't dominant, but I mean, even if it's pretty, like, as long as it's an exciting fight, I think the UFC is definitely gonna try to push Till, because he has the biggest star power over any of the other guys you mentioned.
Yeah, Borashina. Well, I mean, Borashina. That's already sorry. That's already.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's already set to fight Israel, so.
Yoel Romero has like pretty good star power too.
Yeah, but he just had a title shot, so I mean, who's next? It's gonna be Till.
Sorry, I can't say daddy in this. Till versus Romero.
Till versus Romero. That's. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously Till jokes around that he's like scared of Yoel Romero.
Crazy? People go nuts. These two men are hilarious. People love them.
Yeah.
Hate them, whatever.
Personally, I really want to see Till versus Borachinha. Like, for some reason, that stylistic matchup, it seems really exciting to me.
Borashina is not going to be the champion, so might as well. That could actually happen, okay?
I don't know. I think he's going to beat Israel.
Look, Matt, you know I don't like Adesanya, but I'm going to be objective.
King of bitches. King of bitches.
King of weak bitches. He ain't going to get a broad like me, okay? That's what I'm talking about. He's not that smart.
And Mario Henry asked if we're going to show the fights. No, we are not, because if we do that, it's going to get old. I know.
Why don't you like DM him or like, ask him, Mario, please
I'll send it to him after
the fights. And I am 4-2, unfortunately, but whatever. I don't care about this fight.
Oh, who won? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, wow. I wonder who won the previous fights.
What do you mean who? Oh, I believe Rua did, so he's like 2-1.
Whoa, nice. And it was split decision. Wow.
I didn't pay attention to that.
And we were just talking about the main event.
Y'all retire, man. I'm sorry. Rua's like, I want fist bump. I want fist bump. Anyways, that's what it says.
So what's next for Whittaker if Whittaker wins this fight?
He deserves that rematch, or whoever wins that fight against Adesanya, because it's Whittaker. You're talking about Till, who's coming off one freaking split decision win. No, against Kevin Gastelum. You gotta face someone else, up there before.
I don't know. I don't know, babe.
The fight that I've always wanted, that it's not like it's for my own pleasure, pretty much. It is Darren Till versus freaking Chris Weidman. I know my girls from MMA Twitter, y'all love your Chris Weidman, but he's going to get annihilated by Darren Till. I would love to see that match, just because I think Weidman is just mediocre. I mean, like, a lot of people think, oh, but like he won the belt from Anderson Till. Like, fine, great, that was a great, catch and stuff like that. But the other time Anderson Silva injured himself and the rest of his opponents, like including that amazing like TKO by Rivero. I don't know, man. That's like not consistent right there. Okay, I don't care if you're related to Wonder Boy, who is one of my favorite fighters. Doesn't matter. Like, you're the definition of mediocre. I would love to see Darren Till versus Chris Weidman for my own pleasure of an annihilation that I've always wanted to see. That sounds really harsh. I'm so sorry, but
That is really, really harsh. It's beyond
you
harsh.
already know I'm blunt, okay? Especially when it comes to these UFC picks and like dream matchups and all that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with Darren Till. But I know that one thing's for sure. That middleweight division is looking really nice right now.
Saucer Delight said Darren Till might get knocked out for being too aggressive. Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
exactly that's what I was saying. That's
No,
why I
that's what
don't
I
think that
was saying.
Till. No,
Don't
no, no,
listen.
no, no,
No, that's what I was
no.
saying.
I was saying that. No, you were saying that Till was gonna have to get the knockout and that Whittaker's gonna point fight. I disagreed. I think
No,
Whittaker has the
I said
power.
that Darren Till
Yeah,
has to
you
be the
did.
aggressor. That's what I
I
have to
don't think
say. Don't
so.
listen to
I
him.
don't think
Don't
so. I
listen to him.
think I think
I am
Till is gonna
for him
want
too.
to point fight. No, 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 no. I beat you in our last two bets. All right, so
Oh,
no.
good for you! You won
Mm-hmm.
against some like overweight Gustafson that
Oh,
has all the
okay.
glove handles, and
Okay.
obviously freaking Fabricio Verdum that's a god
You
in the
bet
mall.
on a Gustafson with love handles.
Of
So what
course,
does that make
because like
you?
knockout
What does that
power
make
is
you?
something you don't. Anyways, let's get back to the
Anyways.
saucer or saucer. Yeah, saucer light. I'm sorry,
Yeah, delight.
I can't read right now. I don't have my glasses. Darren Till might get knocked out by being too aggressive. Well,
I agree.
I'll say this:
If he
my
does.
partner in crime, aka Alphabet, aka Daddy, aka Jonathan, aka my boyfriend, did say that Robert Whittaker does have the power. I will credit you on that, okay? But I did also say that Darren Till has to be aggressive from jump in order to win the fight and pretty much prevent himself from getting knocked out, countered by Robert Whittaker. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say right now.
Mm-hmm. And another point that Sausage likes is that Whittaker has hands, and let's not forget his past fights have been worse, which is why I'm saying I think that Whittaker is going to be the one trying to get the finish, and that Till is going to be the one that's probably going to want a point fight. And that's just judging off his last fight against Gastelum. So Saucer Delight is smart because he thinks
No,
like me.
he does have a point. Thank you, Sasha or girl. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing an icon right now. So thank you for the comments. I really appreciate everybody watching with us. I guess because the main event is something that you probably should have seen in a pay-per-view. That's right. We're talking about Robert Whittaker versus Darren Till in a middleweight matchups and
Great minds think alike, dog. See that? See that? See that? See, I have the fans. I'm the draw here. I'm the money fight here.
Yeah, I'm gonna like totally like screenshot that and be like, look at this, so lame. Okay, not you, Saucer Delight. I want my other half. Love you, babe. Not you. Sorry.
Love you too.
Whittaker fight or no? Yeah, we're not showing it. I don't know what you mean by that, but Whittaker is coming up in the main event because basically, if we show it to you, we're pretty much going to get in trouble. But if you want to give us a DM, if you want to follow us, we will give you the resources to watch that fight.
So another thing we're saying, I don't know if Sausage, I don't know if you're still there, but do you think that Darren Till would deserve a title shot if he wins this fight?
Please don't say yes. I'm sorry. I know it's against Robert Whittaker, but like this man got to prove himself one more time in the top 5 for real.
So while Sausage Delight said no.
Yes! Great minds think alike. Love y'all. Y'all great. Okay, y'all great. I think he probably has the same, or she has probably the same thinking as I do, because it's just because like it's Robert Whittaker, but you still have a lot to prove. You only you're a baby in this division. Still,
yeah, I agree with
it'll
that.
be your second fight in middleweight, which I think you should have always been in. But I understand, there's this like weird mentality that if you go up in a division, you're pretty much going to get, your ass handed to you because they're more powerful guys that are used to be training and fighting powerful people. Oh, Robert Whittaker. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm like, my heart is like, come on, I don't know. Like, I don't know who I want to win. Like, obviously, I kind of want Whittaker to win because I don't like Adesanya. I definitely want Whittaker to get that belt back. Do I think it's gonna happen? That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. Like, I think that people were right, and I mentioned this. If anyone has never watched me do a stream with my Fights Unwrapped Sports buddies, that's right. We're part of a network called Unwrapped Sports. Did a stream. I was pretty much saying that Robert Whittaker, a lot of people saying that he wasn't prepared. I'm like, here's the thing: there's a lot of personal stuff going on with Robert Whittaker right before that fight, and that weighs on someone's mind. Like, he's not just a fighter; he's a father. He's a family man. He's a friend. He has his own personal life that we don't pretty much know about, and I think that pretty much affected him a little bit in this fight going into it. And Adesanya ain't no like joke. He is someone that you don't predict. You don't know what's going to happen with Adesanya, and that's one of the reasons why he's champion right
Mm-hmm.
now. And pretty much that's why I say, I really want him to get the belt back. Just my own, wish. But Darren Till, you never know if Darren Till this pretty much plays by the textbook and goes through, like you said, a game plan, whether it's to go to distance and whether it's to be the aggressor, he will for sure chase victory.
Yeah.
Maybe
So,
it's a good chance. Okay, like that's what I'm saying.
so going back to the title shot, I mean, if Till deserves it or not, that's a different conversation. But will he get it? I think that all depends on really, like, if the fight is exciting or
If it's
not,
a
or how
knockout,
dominant his performance
oh
is.
hell
Yep.
yeah, oh
I mean,
hell
like I
yeah.
said, he has the biggest star power, so whether or not he deserves it, the UFC is definitely going to push him just because of his name and all the attention he brings. So that's why I feel like he's going to get it, depending on how his performance is tonight, should he win.
Babe,
And
I'm so excited. Look at this trailer
oh, me
right now. I'm
too.
so sorry. Like freaking, I love when
My
Whittaker
name
comes to
isn't
this
Babe.
place.
You know that. You know that.
It's Dad. No, I'm kidding. It's it's Poppy. Okay. But anyways, like when he just like he like like thumps his heart. It's just like it shows you how much freaking heart this man has, and he's so excited to be in the octagon. And Darren Till with his head held high, freaking Liverpool
Yeah.
represent. Okay. He just has a whole nation behind his back, and I was so happy that I got to witness that. Even if he got knocked out for the first time, it doesn't matter. That was quite the experience, and I'll never ever forget it. Darren Till, like he just has that charm. Whatever. It's funny. It's just that he's charming. I personally don't think he's good looking, but maybe some people do. Both men have something. They have it. Whether it's like outside of the octagon with Robert Whittaker, like overall nice guy and a lot of heart in the ring, or is Darren Till, the young fighter that has a nation behind his back, super funny. Obviously we use the saying a lot.
You know that.
All the time, and a lot of potential. A lot of potential to be champion one day.
Yeah.
So, Darren Till, you gotta get your head on straight. I'll be rooting for both of them. It's gonna be hard for me to watch this fight coming up. That's why
I
I ate a
know.
lot of food. That's why I ate a lot of food. I can't.
So Sausage Light also said that Darren Till should fight Cannonier next. Yeah, I personally, I think I would rather see that than the title shot. I mean, I think he would still get it.
Me too.
Yeah, but I would rather see this than the title shot. And he also said, who would we want Adesanya to fight next, regardless of the cost of fight outcome? So I haven't really thought about that, about who's next in
I
the
think it
middleweight
should
division.
be if Whittaker wins, I would love to see the rematch.
Yeah, that's probably going to be it as of right now.
Where you go to piggyback on my big babe.
I mean, if Costa wins, I think that Whittaker has a really high chance of getting a title shot because that's a fight that the fans haven't seen, so the UFC would be 100% okay with trying to push that.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Sorry, I was looking at some of the cancellation fights going to this. Maybe I was I was imagining something. Nah, I'm good. Yeah, I would love to see Darren Till against someone like Kennedy. Like basically, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be blunt because I'm sure that this is not gonna resonate well with many people. But Kennedy is freaking boring. Okay, I'm not talking about the fact that he fights boring. I'm talking that he doesn't. I'm talking about kind of sometimes. I'm talking about his personality. He's not out there. He ain't no hype man. He ain't no Darren Till with those jokes. He ain't no Robert Whittaker with that lovey-dovey like charming personality, nice guy feel. He's just another fighter. Personally, like in terms of
Hmm.
like his
He
personal
still
love as a
shouldn't be
fan,
underestimated, though. Yeah, dude, his
which
skill
is
set.
fine because as a hardcore fan, I'm cool with that. I'm
Yeah.
obviously all about the fighters being the fighters. I feel
Hmm.
like knowing like my friends, and like, I feel like obviously no offense, Poppy. I'm sorry, that's gonna be weird. Dave, basically, I think that I'm more of a
I don't know why
hardcore
it's weird. You call me that
fan.
all the time.
Anyways, I feel like I'm more of a hardcore MMA fan altogether.
Uh-huh.
You're definitely BJJ, 100%. Like grappling and all that. So I think that I'm more of a hardcore fan, and basically, like for me, it's all about the overall package, right? But
Hmm.
for a lot of casual fans out there, they love people like Darren Till and Conor McGregor and Jorge Masvidal, right? So
Yeah.
because of that, I think that's my whole like long way of saying KNA is boring. So Darren Till getting that shot against him, regardless if he is ready or not, because I don't think he's not as developed as I want him to be overall.
Hmm.
Then fine, like make that fight, make him the star. Promote him, which UFC would probably do. And oh my god, what Whittaker is rocking out. I'm sorry, I'm freaking out right now. Ugh, my heart. I was watching a
Uh,
champion, right? Ugh, he's just like that. He like looks like an underdog, right? Gonna watch the rest. But be right back. We'll see you on the
Thank
flip
you for
side.
tuning in, man, or girl, whatever you were.
Love him. We gotta follow him
And
or something.
and
Is he on Twitter?
like you said to the casual fans, though,
He
he is a dark horse.
is.
Mm. I mean, to the hardcore fans, sorry, he is a dark horse, but the casuals
Mm,
wouldn't see that.
I just like when I look at Whitaker, I think of he's like a friend, like he just looks like the guy on the street, my neighbor, person I went to school with. Like that's what Robert Whitaker looks like to me, and like that's an amazing quality because he can, roll with guys like Romero. He definitely can roll with Borashina. I honestly like, with his skill set, 100%. And
Yeah.
Adesanya, with a lot of preparation and more, obviously a better mental space, I think that he will do wonders and he will surprise a lot of people. And so I just think that like one of the reasons why I love Robert Whitaker is that he looks like the ultimate underdog. You look at the other guys
Mm.
from middleweight, do you know how huge they are?
Really?
Like
I don't know.
they're
He looks
massive
scary to
compared
me.
to Haraway. Huh? Sorry?
Whitaker looks scary to me. I wouldn't say that in my
Okay, maybe
opinion.
I'm sorry. Maybe no offense, Whitaker. He just looks like such a nice guy. I'm sorry. That's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. He's not intimidating to me whatsoever. His face is very kind. Okay. Then you got like Borashina. Then you got Adesanya. Then you got like Romero. And like so on and so forth. And like people like Darren Till, like their faces are not looking like that kind and like nice guy kind of feel. None of them
Mm.
are nice guys. Then even Romero, he's just quite the troll right there. But
I think Romero's a nice guy in my opinion.
he's
So
a
is
fun
Till.
guy. That's different. He's a fun guy. Okay, that's totally different from a nice guy. Oh my god, Whitaker, please. I'm like praying right now. I
Darren
want that
Till's gonna get the
rematch.
win. You know that. You know that.
If he does, I'm
For
gonna
Liverpool.
at you after this stream. I'm sorry, baby. You're gonna be my punching bag. You're
I'm
my
the
punching bag.
greatest striker alive. That's so funny when he says that.
His accent was at first really hard to decipher. Okay,
Till by
honestly,
first round KO according to Saucer Delight.
could happen.
Bold prediction.
Very bold prediction.
Very
Sorry,
bold.
no offense. we would love to see something like that. I love both these guys
That would be
for
awesome.
different
Yeah.
reasons.
Yeah, I mean, if he finishes
Um,
Whitaker faster than Adesanya could, UFC's definitely going to give him a title shot.
Duh,
No
look at that
question.
promo right there, babe. Look at that promo
Mhm.
right there. It's like, you know how I think? I'm all about the business marketing promo side. Oh, it's her, Dean.
Here
We're
we
gonna get a
go.
late stoppage. No.
I'd rather have a late stoppage than an early one, as long as it's not too late. It's kind of like Dominic Cruz says. We're not fighting here in some backyard slugfest. This is for like, the very top of the world to determine the best fighters in the entire world. So.
Who's the announcer guy? Is Joe Martinez, something like that. Like
Mhm.
his voice is like really cool. Like especially when there's nobody in the audience. Like it just kind of resonates, and it's really fun to watch. I'm pumped. I'm nervous. Man, I'm gonna
Me,
hyperventilate soon.
me
I need
too.
like a paper bag. You know what I mean? Like,
I can be your paper bag.
yeah, I wish you were here. Aww. Aww.
Aw.
I know. Yeah, babe, you should roll our freaking coincidence last night. People think gonna think there is like stage or something. So basically, we did the same thing at the same
Hmm.
time. We did do that during the call. We did
Oh
something. I
yeah.
forgot what it was. Yeah, probably that. Yeah, we've done that a couple times at the
Hmm.
same time.
Have I told you how cute you look today?
No, well, at least not tonight.
Well, there you go.
like, oh yeah. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Oh.
I'm here for it. Alright. Oh, babe, I'm so scared. Virtually hold me, please. I'm so scared.
Here we go.
I can't. I'm scared people are gonna hear me like hyperventilate. This is a big deal, okay? For
It's a
MMA
really big
fans.
deal.
Oh,
Hmm.
here we go.
All right.
I can't. You're probably like 2 seconds ahead of me. Say, okay, good job, Darren. Till freaking like playing with his nuts. God, just like break the tension right away. Oh my God, Whittaker looks scary.
He does look very scary. All right,
He's a
here we
man on a
go.
mission, man. He's a man on a mission. That Reaper is gonna reap his rewards tonight. All right, Darren
All
Till
right.
trying to go a little bit forward.
Yeah.
Whittaker, responding a little bit, like
Nice
pretty much
jab
just
by
get.
Whittaker. So Till is providing the pressure right off the bat.
Which I thought he should, because like it's just gonna help him in the long run in this fight. He's fast
Wow.
too. He has the reach a little bit. I think he had to reach a little bit, and
Yeah.
it's definitely gonna serve him well.
God, I'm like
Until looking
nerdgasming
like he's
hard right
being a
now.
patient fighter. Sorry, I'm sorry. To cut you off, man. They're to looking like the patient fighter right now. It's like, come at me, Whittaker. I'm gonna respond to you. Pretty much, somebody's in the center of the octagon right now, and that's Robert Whittaker. Answers with a leg kick right there to thigh, and there until he's looking pretty calm. He
Yeah,
he grabbed the
very
leg of
calm.
Whittaker, and he's like, "I'm not gonna do anything yet." So it's interesting.
I really love
I,
Whittaker's traditional karate stance. Oh, nice rush
why
by
are you
Whittaker.
saying that you
But I
don't
got
know how to
countered.
freaking like react to me? Really?
I don't. What was that?
It's
Did he
not
get
over,
dropped or
man.
was it a trip? I couldn't tell.
Here's the thing. I'm not worried about it because it's Robert Whittaker. Okay, like you're not gonna like take him down
I
that
can't
easily.
tell if he tripped or if
I'm
he
sure
got
they'll do the
knocked down.
replay. I'm sure they'll do the replay. Whittaker dodges that kick from Till. Sorry, I'm a little behind, right, babe? So it's
Okay,
gonna be awkward a little bit if something happens and like I don't respond right away.
that's what she said.
I don't want that. Don't want that.
Damn, Whittaker's throwing like these wild haymakers. I'm really surprised by that. I don't think I've seen him throw like that before.
Oh, there you go. I believe that was Darren Till with that left hand. Great kick by Darren Till to the side of the head.
Wow, heavy pressure by Till.
Oh my
Whittaker,
God, I think my heart's gonna collapse. Like, I can't with this. Babe, hold me. Actually, I can't.
I'm really surprised. I thought that Whittaker would be much more composed in the striking than he is right now.
I think that because he knew that Till was gonna come at him somehow, that he has
Mhm.
to like stand his ground. Because if he doesn't, then Till's gonna take over. Because if you're
Yeah.
not gonna, like, if Whittaker's not gonna do anything, it's gonna be like the Adesanya fight. That like
Hmm.
Whittaker has to do something. He has to prove that he is like, deserving of a rematch against Adesanya, and he also has to do something in case this goes to the decision, which it could.
Yeah.
They're still looking way more composed and patient, but still at the
Extremely.
same time like in the pocket. Like I'm loving it. Oh, I'm for it. I love both of them. This is gonna break my heart. I swear. I mean, to be fair, it's gonna break my heart more if Robert Whittaker does not win this fight. Not gonna lie.
It's gonna break my heart more if Till loses because I love Till so much.
You and my buddy Alex Hart will both cry. Like towards me. I'm like, yeah, okay. You knew it's Robert Whittaker. Both answered with leg kicks. And
Oh,
see, I'm
that
telling
was
you.
close. That was
No,
close.
it's not. It was too slow. I'm sorry, babe.
You're right.
Of course I'm right. I'm always right.
I don't know. You weren't right in the last bet or the one
When it
yesterday.
counts, okay? When it counts. It won't be as this caliber, okay? Robert Whittaker versus Darren Till.
I don't
It
know.
ain't
So I
nothing.
mean, I predicted Till would win. It looks like it's going in that direction right now. Let's see if Whittaker can change it around.
You say that, remember, and then freaking look what happened to Jose
Peter
Aldo
Yan. Hmm.
and CBR. Exactly. Love you.
We'll see.
Love
We'll
you
see. I
though.
love you too.
Mm.
But
We'll
right
talk.
now, you're my rival.
That's okay. I love being your rival.
Oh.
You know, Whitaker's jab is looking real good, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed
Overhand,
that
like,
too.
lefts are obviously gonna be a problem because Darren Till, he's fast to react. But definitely Darren Till, you gotta be careful. Whitaker's sneaky. He's gonna come at you. He's gonna close the distance. That's what he's kind of trying to do at this point. And Darren Till is just being like pretty much the Darren Till that I thought maybe he's gonna be. He's breathing really heavily, which I don't
Yeah.
know if
Noticed that too.
that's a problem or that's an actual
Mm.
like tactic that he's using.
Hmm.
And round one, just like that, is over. Wow, that
That was a
actually
really fun round.
that was a really fast round to me. I was like, damn, that was really
Yeah.
okay, that's fine.
Okay. Okay.
We did that at the same time. Who do you think we will did the whole heavy breathing thing at the same time? Who do you think won that round?
I mean, I think definitely Till with his pressure, and I really don't know. I hope they show the replay. I couldn't tell if he got dropped or if he just tripped. It looked like to me, it looked almost like Till hit him with his shoulder. Like Whitaker kind of rushed him, and Till just kind of like, yeah, they're gonna show the replay here to see what happened.
Yeah, I told you they were gonna do the replay
Oh,
thing.
it was an elbow. It was an elbow on the chin. We couldn't see because the angle was towards his back. Wow, that
You
was a clean
very
knockdown.
oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah, we
Very good.
couldn't see from
I
the
hope they
angle.
count that.
It was
Freaking
like tucked
judges. Oh my
in.
god, don't do the whole Max Holloway shit over again. I'm sorry. I'm going to be very blunt about that.
Wow. That almost ended in the first round.
Well, here's the thing. Whittaker looked really good in the second half of that first round. He was landing a
Yeah.
lot. His jab for sure. And the leg kicks. Don't forget the leg kicks.
And just because Whittaker gets dropped doesn't mean that he's out of the fight, as you can see
He's
with
tough
both
as
Romero
nails.
fights. Mm-hmm.
He's literally, to me, the toughest person in that division. Sorry. I'm literally going to say that. He can withstand, like, pretty much the most powerful. Answers back with that beautiful punch to the head. Oh, I love seeing Dan Till's head just go like that. I don't know why. It's all about that. Great leg kicks.
Yeah, that was such a
Fun.
clean elbow.
Darren Till also answers with a leg kick of his own. Whittaker definitely, he's looking more comfortable. I'm loving that. Obviously, in the second round, Darren Till, I think he knows that I don't know, either he's gonna be patient again or he's gonna try to like be patient and work his way. But like, here's the thing: I wouldn't be so subtle, Darren Till, because Whittaker's coming. What
Oh.
freaking expression, babe! Like before,
Oh. Was that a knockdown? Sorry, I looked at you when that
I'm
happened.
pretty sure.
Wow, that's just like we were saying. Whittaker's not out of this fight at all, just because he got dropped.
Got powers.
Wow.
I'm swearing with the powers, but
Once again, I couldn't see what happened. I don't know.
It's spies too fast, babe. You remember? We've been seeing champion brands all around. I'm really happy. I think it's like maybe it's a thing between us, or maybe it's just a trend that we just don't know about. But for those who don't know, I'm in the 6. I'm in Toronto, and East Coast represent, but he's all the way on the West Coast in Cali. So on the ground, gosh damn it, obviously.
Beautiful ground and pound by Whittaker.
I was gonna say, like he dominates.
Yeah.
Oh, this is why he's my champion. Okay,
he passed his guard already. He's in half guard.
Look at that! Look, oh, he can't.
Jesus.
This is like, it makes me just want him to win that title back, and I still do.
Yeah, Whittaker's still amazing.
I'm sorry. Here's the thing. Till, you have all of your life, okay, to go and get that title. Like Whittaker, this is his title. I'm sorry. I can't just. I'm sorry. I'm gonna cheer for Whittaker, even though like Till, obviously I respect him a lot, and he has a lot of potential. Really great.
Beautiful elbows by Whittaker.
Yo, man, his biceps were no joke. Okay, he looked kind of small on TV, but he ain't. Okay. Shout outs to Isha Channel, because I know she probably, or Chanel, my bad. She met Robert Whittaker on the Australian card back then, and he's really nice. It's pretty much the
And
same
Till's
version.
back up.
You got his back, though. According to what I
He
see, though, I know
separates.
I'm
Yeah.
ahead. Good job, Till.
I'm like 5 seconds ahead. I think my time is right now is
Hey guys,
exactly
boring.
2 o'clock or 2 minutes. Sorry.
Told you it's not gonna be like that.
You're right. You're right. I mean, I didn't say I thought it was. I just said it.
No, but
It was
you
a possibility.
literally introduced the idea.
It was definitely a possibility.
Definitely a possibility. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So we fun. We're annoying at the same time. That's funny.
You're the cutest.
You kitties.
Mm.
Oh, that's cool. We both did like that. Anyways, let's just go back to the fight before we get too sidetracked. With our love. I'm sorry.
In and out of love with
You
you.
got that in my head, okay?
I haven't even said that in forever. I think you like it.
No, it's like in the
I think
back
it's
of
your
my
favorite
head.
song. It's your favorite song. Don't lie. Don't lie.
I would rather like get stabbed on an arm with needles than hear that song.
So Till is pressuring again. He's got Whittaker circling around the cage.
Well, I mean, like you see the sense of urgency now that
Yeah.
after that knockdown. Like, come on, you know that Whittaker ain't no joke, and he's well rounded, and he's definitely gonna close the distance. He doesn't have a problem doing that actually in this fight. Because Darren's just kind of taking this sweet time.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet Caroline time. Sorry, I love that song. I played that song this morning during the Fights and Match stream. I did like a whole entrance where I played both their entrance songs. I was so excited at 10:30 in the freaking morning to preview these fights.
Till's face is all bloodied up.
He's a porcelain face. So that means like he gets broken really easily. Whittaker, I believe, with more strikes landed in the first 2 rounds. Great head kick from Darren Till. Whittaker looks like he's not. Like, it doesn't matter. Yeah, he kicked me in the head. I'm not going to move or I'm not going to get rocked. You know?
Nope.
So tough
Wow.
Whittaker is.
I really want to see the replay, see what happened there.
Okay, you have to do that because I'm going to pee.
Okay. Okay, so if Whittaker did drop Till, then they're both going to be 1-1 for sure in the first 2 rounds. So right now they're just showing their corners. Come on. I want to show the replay. So in round 1, Till like landed a beautiful elbow. You couldn't see from the angle that they showed us because it was kind of like facing Till's back, so it could look like almost like he shoulder bumped him and Whittaker fell. But really, what happened was that Till threw like a short, tight elbow that landed right on the chin. Yeah, that was incredible. I can't believe that Whittaker. I can't believe it because he's Whittaker. He took shots from Romero, but Whittaker has a granite chin for taking that and like Monique was saying, just because Whittaker gets dropped doesn't mean that he's at all out of this fight. And they did not show a replay, so I do not know if that was a knockdown or not. I don't know. So I guess I'm going to kind of assume that it wasn't, because if it was knockdown, they probably would have showed it. So it was probably a trip of some sort.
Did you figure
And
it
here we
out
go,
yet?
round 2. They did not show a replay, so I'm just going to assume that it wasn't a knockdown, because maybe it was some sort of trip.
It was too fast.
But yeah, I think they've obviously both got a round each. And Sausage July just said 1-1 as well.
It's funny because I thought that the commentator, I can't think of his name right now. I really apologize. He said the gorilla, and I was like, I liked when he said that. Sorry, that was awesome. Okay, shout out to the UK fam. That's right. I talk about Matt Bailey and Molly McCain. That's right. Meatball Molly in there. They're probably watching these fights like Darren Till all the way, right? So I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I hope that you're having fun watching the fights. So I'm so entertained right now. I love that both these men are like really just showcasing how great they are. And like, pretty much their skill set, especially Whittaker. Like it just made me kind of follow for him again. No, for sure. But like for Whittaker, because he was just pretty much my champion, like all around for middleweight. I pretty much didn't want that to change for a while. Like he's definitely like proven to me, or like proven to the fans, like this is why he was champion in the first place and why he was dominant. For quite a long time. Darren Till, he's like fresh blood. He's young blood in this freaking division right here. He really is. Like, if you think about the ages,
yeah,
SI is not young, Okay, the black don't crack thing it definitely works. Okay, for sure. He's 30 something years old.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still weird to imagine Whittaker is not the champion. Yeah, I still think of him as a champion for some reason.
What I noticed, sorry, yeah, what I
Hmm.
noticed is that Darren Till is breathing like one heavy breath out of his mouth, and I'm not sure if it's from
Uh-huh.
tiredness. He's definitely taunting a little bit, even though it's not really much. Whitaker with that beautiful head movement from that kick towards from Till, and he responds back with another kick, but nothing lands because both these men are
Oh,
brilliant.
nice uppercut by Till.
Need more of that, even though I
Hmm.
don't want him to win. I'm sorry. It's tough, man. Like, it's so Asaya God. But
Me
Ashina, you
too.
gotta do something, okay, for me. I don't, I don't condone him personally. I don't care for him personally because of stuff that he said. But you know what? At this point, I'm like, you know what? Go ahead and knock him out. Go ahead and knock him out. Let him taste the taste of defeat just because this man also the Chris Brown movement. That's right. He
Oh,
got his
does the
head.
eye poke,
Oh, there you go.
but Till said he's fine.
I think
Whittaker
he
keeps
like
going.
yeah.
Whittaker keeps going for that spinning high kick.
I'm loving both these men's attitude though going into this fight. Definitely,
Wow, haymakers by both.
yeah.
Yeah, this is an
Well,
amazing fight.
can we just watch this over after? I'd be down.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm down for anything you want to do.
Oh, here we go.
We both just done that so many times.
Y'all don't even understand. You just think that we're planning this, or it's just some weird ass coincidence. Like, trust me when I say it's not. Try a good attempt though, by Robert Whittaker for that
Yeah,
single
he
leg.
went for the takedown.
But there until ain't no scrub. He's kind of like if you think about it, he's quite experienced. Think about the people that are the fighters that he's faced.
Yeah,
The man got a resume for someone who's really young, and he's in his prime right now for sure. I'm really proud of what he decided to do. Which you're kind of right with the whole point fight system, but at the same time, he was definitely trying to be aggressive in the first round, right? And now
hmm,
it's more kind of like I'm gonna I'm gonna answer back to Robert Whittaker. I don't know if that's
yeah,
effective per se. I don't think it's the most effective strategy because like Whittaker will come at you and you're just gonna stand there taking it. And that's kind of what Till's doing. And like look at Whittaker trying to take him down. Look Whittaker
yeah.
trying to do this spinning back kick. Whittaker trying to close the distance and landing a jab. The list goes on and on, pretty much.
Yeah, they're both throwing extremely heavy strikes. Yeah, this
It's
isn't
all
point
about
fighting at all.
significant impact. It's all about impact for them. I'm pretty sure
Hmm.
that's what they're going for.
Oh, nice. Till ducked under that overhand, like really
It
like
didn't seem
Matrix
like
style.
that hard. It seemed effortless for Darren Till.
Yeah, it just looks
That's what
beautiful.
she said.
Yeah, so
All
who's
right.
winning so far? Who won that round?
I think Whittaker did.
Yeah, I probably have to lean towards Whittaker too.
He definitely controlled that fight in that round. I'll say that, and I think he edged Darren Till. He's been edging Darren Till. Sorry, when it comes to significant strikes alone. So I'm not
Mm.
surprised if he is. I'm trying to see what Darren Till's saying because it's really hard to decipher. I can hear like 1 out of 3 words that he said. I feel like content, and then all of a sudden it goes like gibberish for me.
Showing a replay.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful jab at Whittaker. It's been working for him all
That
night.
jab is like gold right now. Okay, it's gold.
Yeah.
It's like he's going to be in that pocket, especially if Till doesn't go and be the aggressor. Babe, that's what I told you. He should have been the aggressor like consistently. This is what happens. Okay. He's like he's consistent in the first round, and all of a sudden, freaking other rounds, like we don't even know what he's gonna do.
Do you think? Okay, what are the chances this fight goes the distance? What do you think right now?
Oh, 90%. 90%.
Mm,
For
really?
sure. Yeah.
I don't know.
Darren Till is going to try to do something. Whittaker is going to withstand it and not deal with it and just keep it like how it is. Because I think Darren Till knows what he has to do. I've been if I was his coach, I would have smacked him in the head, like stick with the goddamn game
Well,
plan, okay? Like that's what it would
I
be.
don't think Whittaker's trying to keep it how it is because he's throwing wild haymakers. I think he's trying to finish the fight. He just hasn't been able to land.
What I mean by that is that Whittaker is the more aggressive fighter right now, hands
Mm,
down. So like he's trying to keep things as it is, where like Till tries to do something, Whittaker responds back more aggressively. Whittaker's moving forward.
hmm.
All the time he's trying to get those takedowns. He's just staying busy, and Darren Till, like, I'm sorry, like I feel like I was right. I think that he should
Yeah.
have been the aggressor. I get it. You don't want
Hmm.
to underestimate someone like Robert Whittaker, but it's round 4
Yep.
right
You're
now.
right. You're
It's do or
100%
die
right.
time, my man. You know, don't be sorry because I'm right.
I didn't say sorry. I just said you're right.
I can't.
God,
You know how my
this
ego
fight's not
gets.
over, girl. Hey, you haven't kept your end of the deal too well.
I'm sorry. We got into the fight, babe. Happy. We're just having too much fun. Yeah.
Yeah, so this round 4, Till is being a lot more patient. He's staying on the outside. Yeah, he really has to start pressuring because I think he's down right now.
Oh no, he's down. He's been down for the first 2 rounds.
Well, he won the
He
first one because of knockdown, but the second and third, yeah. Oh wow,
no,
there he goes with the
I
haymaker.
understand. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm watching it. I'm pretty much catching up to you in the next 2 seconds.
Hmm.
Sorry. I think he was down in terms of significant strikes, and sometimes a lot of judges, for some reason, are really privy to that. And
Hmm.
so, if you looked at the first and second round, Robert Whittaker was up by a lot. Okay, let's just say that.
Mm.
Here's the thing: if any time to go and explode on an opponent right now, it's definitely now. There until like when
Headbutt.
he,
Hmm.
yeah, I saw that. Both heads are tough. I'll say that. I think that they're to like this is a time to capitalize because number one, you're down. Number two, like when he closes the distance from Whittaker, like Whittaker just eats it up, and that's not necessarily really safe. Maybe he could do it because he has quite the chin on him, but that
Yeah.
definitely could make him privy to like something like a TKO and a a nice strike or something to the jaw or
Hmm.
something to the side of his head, by Darren Till. We've seen it before. This is not going to be something new. Darren Till, you definitely got to take some action. But I understand this is what would occur. You're not going to go and do something stupid and be reckless again like you've been pretty much most of your career. I'm sorry. It's true. He's talented, right? But there's a
Hmm.
difference between being talented and being smart in the ring and outside the ring.
I mean, if you think about it, everybody like is like that. He was this way with Gaslam, obviously a heavy hitter. Whitaker's also a heavy hitter. I mean, if you look at the other competition, Romero heavy hitter, Broachina heavy hitter, and Adesanya, he's got his way of knocking people out too. So he's really gonna have to find a way to be able to pressure these fighters because they all hit hard.
Here's my difference, okay? When you talk about that, you got Boroshina and by the way, if anyone does not know who we're talking about, it is Paulo Costa, middleweight, top 5 for sure, and Yoel Romero. Both of them, like they're just heavy hitters. Like one punch, done. One
Hmm.
elbow, done. Now, but you got like Adesanya, and Adesanya is someone that needs to like pretty much complete a couple punches and strikes and knock someone down. He is not like a natural heavy hitter. Robert Whittaker for sure, probably a natural heavy hitter. Darren Till back in welterweight, heavy hitter for sure. So they both have that kind of going for them. Now you look at the rounds. So Whittaker, and Whittaker. Okay,
Wow.
round 4. Like I was predicting. And so when Daredevil does not be the aggressor, it's do or die time. And it reminds me
Hmm.
of when Carlos Esparza was like that against Karate Hottie, Michelle Watterson, because that was exactly the case. Karate Hottie did not stop with those kicks.
Hmm.
And pretty much that obviously added up, and Carla was like, you know what? Okay, I gotta use my wrestling, and she did, and she prevailed. And the reason why she's Cookie Monster, former strawweight champion, and also the victorious one tonight against Maria Rodriguez. Thank you for that 4-0. Cookie Monster.
So we're going into round 5. Yeah, Till is gonna need to finish, no doubt, if he wants to win this fight, and
Like
I'm
I
pretty sure he knows
said,
that.
Unwrap Peoples, even though we all kind of agreed that Robert Whittaker was probably going to win this fight. Uh, if I pretty much kind of pointed out, if Darren Till is not the aggressor, he's not going to win. A lot of people said that if he didn't get the knockout in the second or third round, he's not going to win. Now I kind of understand where they're coming from because obviously, look at this fight going on. You know, he's not the aggressor. He's been inconsistent with his game plan. In my opinion, like great counters. Don't get me wrong. I've seen a lot of great counters from Darren Till in this fight, but Robert Whittaker just looking real comfortable, and that's not going to
Yeah,
be a good thing. You know, his jab is going to come. His takedowns are gonna come. I wouldn't pass it, by everybody that he's not gonna take him down maybe at least once in this fight, because Darren Till, I don't know, man. You definitely gotta go for broke right now. It's round
yeah.
5. It's round 5. Okay, it's
Oh,
not round 1
beautiful
or
straight
2.
right by Whittaker.
There you go.
And Till just ate it like a cupcake.
Well, he kind of had to at that point, unless he's gonna crumple like a. Oh man,
Whittaker with a
Whittaker.
single couldn't get it.
That's fine. At least he's doing something.
Yeah, at least he got Till thinking about it.
Also, like, if anyone is watching and you think I'm really blunt about everything, like, please make a comment because we do love discussing certain topics when it comes to MMA, and it's just my opinion, and I'm always going to be truthful about that. And so far, I've been right. So you don't want that from me, but Whittaker just proving to me why he is so dominant. He's still my champion, my middleweight champion. Honestly, I'm not gonna say F Adesanya, but Adesanya, you got something coming towards you. The Reaper is coming back. No offense, Darren. I'm not saying like this fight is over or whatever, but you know what I mean. Like in general, like the Reaper is back, and it's not like how he was against Adesanya. That was a special case, in my opinion. Whether people agree with me or not, you have to look at the facts and not just from the fight world. You have to look at the facts outside of it, and other things affect a lot of people. DC lost his father to cancer a while back, and he talked about it recently in the bio. And he did say that it affected some of his fights. So it's the same thing. I could be pulling out of that fight against Justin Gaethje in respect to his father and to mourn properly. Like that's the same thing. A lot of these personal issues really do affect a fighter's mental state, and whether or not doesn't matter how great.
150%. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like it doesn't matter how hard you train. It's how you are inside the octagon that matters. You could have the best camp in the world, but still get knocked out because you're not fully there.
I mean, well,
And
you also can't train if that's what's on your mind the whole training camp, and you can't focus.
well, I mean, you could train, but it's like mindless training.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I get you, babe.
Of course you
I
do.
got you. We ain't so compatible. Oh, cute. Anyways, sorry, people. I digress. I digress. So yeah, it's like they're feeling each other out in that halfway mark right now. Darren too, but you're running out of time. You gotta go
Yep.
for broke. You gotta like land consistent combinations and strikes and takedowns and leg kicks and all that. Anything, go flashy, go broke. Well,
Yeah.
if this is gonna be the end of this fight, I guess I was right about this. I'm not really so surprised. Dare to like great effort for you, but you definitely weren't as consistent. Great jab, obviously. Left one from him. You gotta do more than just that, my dear. Especially in this 5th round.
Yeah, I mean, Till's throwing, but not. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got to pick
Whittaker's
up the
looking
pace.
good right now. He's looking real
Really good.
comfortable. Oh, this is why Darren Till does not deserve a freaking title shot. I don't give a crap if this is how
I
he
don't think
wins.
he deserves it, but I mean, I'm saying like
He's
the
not gonna
UFC
win.
would probably give it to him just
No,
because of star power.
I might be wrong, like with the slight chance that he's going to get some type of TKO, but I think he's not going to win this fight. And Whittaker, please give him the goddamn rematch because who are you going to get? Yoel Romero, like against him again? No, and Yoel Romero became like one of the boringest fights in one of the pay-per-views histories. So you know what? Nah. You gave it to Whittaker, and like we're gonna see a rematch, and I'm gonna be Team Whittaker for sure. Not bias wise, he's always been my champion. So I guess kind of biased, but like at the same time, He's a former champion, right? Okay, fine.
They're talking to Oh, Whittaker is cut up bad.
Side of that is like right
Just
here.
pouring. Oh, what was it? I think it was an eye poke by Whittaker. They were.
I
Till
can't
was mad
see
about
it.
something. Oh, a nice takedown by Whittaker, but Till's back up immediately.
Did I tell you he was gonna get a takedown?
Mm-hmm.
Whether
And there's
it's the first
25
one.
seconds left.
Oh,
Oh,
they're close
beautiful.
now.
Takes him right back down.
Maybe we were right about the whole him being tired there until
Perhaps.
because he's just getting all he's just literally
10
taking
seconds left.
everything. He's not
Mm-hmm.
like he's not really countering much in terms of overall this fight. He didn't really do much.
Mm.
He was flashy in the
There he
beginning,
goes.
but just the former champion.
Aw. Babe, why are you so adorable?
Because I'm right about this.
Yep, I think Whittaker just showed why he was such a dominant champion for a long time.
Yep, just like I said, baby. We were reiterating everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Whittaker,
Well,
Whittaker. Oh, just please go and get the rematch. I'm sorry. I'm really wanting it right now.
me too.
I believe my brother. I wish he was watching this fight, but he just cheered for something else across the room. I get it, bro. I'm the same way. I'm happy that Whittaker won this fight. Darren Till, valiant effort, but pretty much cements to me that Darren Till, you got a lot of work to do, and that top 10 in the middleweight division, not gonna be easy.
Mm-hmm. Imagine Till gets a decision. Imagine.
Absolutely no way. There's no way you can prove that. Like literally,
Some judges might.
on what ground? Significant strikes?
I don't know.
No knockdowns. Now you're gonna provide a knockdown because now you realize that it was actually a knockdown when Max Holloway wasn't a knockdown.
Right. I mean, if I've lost all hope in the judges. If Holloway didn't win that fight, I wouldn't be surprised of anything at this point.
I really want a Whittaker like merch or something now. Just like on board. He's definitely still my favorite middleweight fighter. No offense to Romero.
Wow, that's a nasty gash on the side of Whittaker's head.
He's tough as nails. He's the Reaper for a reason. His face doesn't look like it's been like bloody up that much. It's just been a couple cuts. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, every time he does that, it's like, come on, just come back as champion right now.
I'm devastated
Sorry.
for
I
Till.
can't.
My heart
My
hurts.
heart is full right now. Sorry. My heart is full. You're like, I'm sorry, my love.
It's okay.
Papito, daddy, boyfriend, lover, future husband, future baby daddy. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it better. Okay, we're gonna make it better
Okay.
after this stream. Okay. Anyways, I'm so happy. I know you're happy. Like you're kind of in the middle.
I'm happy for Whittaker, but I'm still devastated for Till.
You know, but what Till's gonna be back. Okay, he's a baby.
Yeah, he's still really young.
Okay, it's just he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Don't worry. All the that statements are gonna be like sad.
So Saucer Delight thought the fight was trash, and he said that Whittaker isn't fighting like the champ, and that they were both scared.
Well, I feel like, to be fair, I understand where he's coming from. I feel like they just both didn't underestimate each other, and that's literally what I thought during the entire fight. Like Whittaker, I feel like when we're used to seeing Whittaker as a dominant champion, this is a little different. Like he's obviously trying to be careful because of what happened against Adesanya, and basically he's trying to get his way back up there. Darren Till, valiant effort just wasn't good enough. Clearly.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Mr. Boot Up One thought it was a great fight. So did I.
Agree. I mean, I was just happy that both men pretty much did something, and it wasn't a complete, boring, uneventful fight. Whittaker definitely, obviously, if anybody disagrees with me, then fine, but he definitely did more in the fight. And he's on the ticker right now. He's in the interview. I really want to see what's gonna happen next and what he's gonna
Yeah.
say. Dan Hardy with the honors of interviewing him. Let's go. Ron Whittaker saying automatically that this fight was so stressful. He said that it was one of the most difficult fights he's ever fought so far. Pretty much saying, like, giving credit where credit's due with Darren Till. And he's saying that it kind of was a tug of war between him and Darren Till until probably maybe in my opinion, the last few rounds.
So, Sausage Delight asked, "Do you guys think previous knockouts that the fighter have make them hesitate in future fights?" I mean, that's one of the things that I thought was going to happen. I was afraid that Whittaker would be kind of gun shy, but I didn't really see that, to be honest. I mean, he wasn't, I guess, like as like offensive, I guess, as some of his other performances, but he still looked good to me, in my opinion.
Okay, so I'm gonna chime in because basically, if anyone does not know, go and visit playline.com. That's the betting site. Pretty much the fighter that heads it, and his image of that is Michael Bisping. He's my former boss. I was an intern for him, and also Eddie the Truck Gordon. If anyone is like OG status when it comes to tough and UFC, so I've seen those two pretty much get like knocked down and go and come back. So I think that it depends on the fighter. I know for Truck, I know that was a struggle. I'm not gonna really comment on it that much, but I definitely think it could affect it. And just take my word for it. Okay, if you want the details, please just DM me. But we're obviously doing this live, so and these two are quite my friends and companions. So I'm not gonna comment too much on like details, but I think it can for sure. It really depends on a fighter's mentality, how they're dealing with it, and it's a lot of traumatic experiences like to follow after you get knocked out. I think that's definitely true. Obviously, from not my experience, but the people that are close to me that are fighters, they definitely been through that, and so that is definitely a possibility. But I like Jonathan said with the Reaper or some other people or some other fighters, it's not the end of the world. You can definitely come back. Look at GSP, right? One of my favorite fighters of all time.
Goat.
And look at the Reaper as well. It really depends on the fighter. I think it's all about mentality and perspective. It's a lot of like self reflection. And I know this is kind of weird, like, because we're not talking so much about MMA, but that really does affect a fighter's mentality going into a next fight. And it really, you can see the transition from someone who's super aggressive to someone who's not and that's more passive. Now, I don't think it's the case with Robert Whittaker. I think that he just didn't underestimate his opponent, which is Darren Till, and rightfully so. So I think that it could be a maybe. It really depends on the situation and the fighter and like where they're at. So that's my answer from past experience. All right, so I believe that is the conclusion of UFC Fight Night 3 Till versus Whittaker. I think overall I was quite impressed. I believe most of the fights in the main card were quite exciting. I missed a couple of them, but according to the highlights and my buddies from Unwrapped Sports, Fights Unwrapped, it was quite a success. And also the prelims apparently were a lot of fun. But you gotta go out of work and secure that bag, so I had to catch that in a later time. What do you think, Jonathan? What did you think about the main card fights? At least the ones that like you and I caught in the meantime.
From what we saw, I thought it was good. But I mean, I saw on Instagram there was like apparently a ton of finishes in the main card by like some of the other fighters early on. So yeah, it seemed like the entire card was amazing. But
okay,
see you next time, Mr. Saucer
catch
Delight.
you later. Thank you for joining. We appreciate it. Okay.
But yeah, I thought I was satisfied, to say the least, with this card.
Satisfied. All right, yeah, I would say so. I mean, honestly, I'm just always happy to see fights. Like, I'm not like someone that has really high expectations, especially going to fight nights. But at the same time, it's a good thing because when I don't have high expectations, like new stars emerge. Like Paul Craig, amazing triangle choke. Everyone should definitely check out that highlight. right there. Oliveira just mobbing his opponent, and Sabota, sorry, that was his opponent's name. And Chimaev just proving why I picked him in the first place to win that fight. First fight in the main card. Please go check that out. And yeah, I mean, well, I don't know what's next, honestly, because I think they're taking a little bit of a break in between, the fight nights and the pay per views. So I believe the next one, oh gosh, I should probably check that out right now. But in terms of the fights coming up, I think Bellator's having some, a pay per view or a fight night coming up. I was at Benson Henderson versus Michael Chandler, so I'm gonna check that out real quick too.
Okay.
But just because we're near the end of our stream and we're just kind of like going
We did
into
2 hours and 5 minutes.
Doesn't feel like it. It felt like pretty fast for the most part.
Yeah, that's what she said.
I was gonna say that. Thanks, babe. Anyways, that's why we get each other. Yep. So Bellator 243 is happening August 7th. So not too long from now. Maybe over a week now. 2 weeks. So that's happening. Bellator 247. It's going to be headlined by Michael Chandler and former UFC lightweight champion Benson Henderson. And babe, you already know who I want to win this fight. And so I'm not like okay to go ahead and talk about it. I might be able to do that if I watch more tapes, just because like honestly I don't give a shit about Benson Henderson and I don't care what anyone else says. Like that's just how I feel. And anyone who wants to debate me again, go ahead. Go and DM me, go and follow us. We'll definitely, we're very encouraging when it comes to the comments. Just because, honestly, I'm not a big fan of him since the UFC, and then I guess like I was obviously impressed by his abilities and his skill coming back in, and obviously coming back in Bellator doing his thing, but I never liked him. It's just something that rubs me the wrong way, but just he's not a bad guy or anything. Just there's something about him. Like sometimes you just can't explain it. So Michael Chandler, I know him a little bit. Really big fan. In general, I'm just not a huge fan of both of them, but in this case, I'm a little biased. So I don't know.
I'm cheering for Henderson in that fight for sure.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
I mean, I've seen a lot of his grappling matches, so that's where I became a fan of him.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like he's always been a talented fighter. It's just that when it came to the UFC too, he was consistent, but then he became inconsistent, and like because of that, that's the reason why he went to Bellator. And then when he came to Bellator, that was like a new home for him, and he definitely found his own. Obviously, he's up there facing someone like Michael Chandler. So I'm looking at the UFC fights coming up right now, and so far, the next fight that we have going, our fight night that we have, is going to be Saturday, August 8th. That's right, it's Derek Lewis versus Alexei Olenek. So, should be fun. I want to see that fight card real quick just because. Oh, sorry, my bad. Oh, I beat myself up for this now. It is Evan Sebastian versus Brunson in August 1st. Wow, we're getting this. We're getting this back to back. This sounds wrong. I'm sorry. That's what she said. Anyways, basically, if anyone does not know, that headliner was not supposed to be them. It was supposed to be Holly Holm versus Irene Aldana. I'm really disappointed in the fact that Irene Aldana unfortunately had to pull out because of COVID. Because like that's my girl. Like going into it, but things happen. Unfortunately with COVID, I just hope that everybody's okay. Now, if you look at the main card, I'm sorry. I just looked at the main card and I was like, I'm really, really excited now. You got Jennifer Maya versus my girl, JoJo Calderwood. That's right. Ever since the tough days, I rep her really hard. Really excited about that. Vicente Luque is back against Randy Brown. That's my guy as well. And we'll talk about Lando Venata. Love him. Bobby Green. Amazing. Gerald Mirashard, he's coming off. I don't know if it was a win, I forgot, but basically that's a quick turnaround for him against Ed Herman. And the list goes on and on. So I'm really excited. My goodness, where's the promotion for this? Maybe I'm just like really blind and I've just been really busy the last few days to not see it. But yeah, everybody, UFC Fight Night, Brunson versus Sebastian. It's gonna happen Saturday, August 1st. Wow. Yep. That's 6 p.m. Eastern. I believe that's when the prelims start. All right.
All right.
I'm not too sure,
Mhm.
but I believe the location is going to be in Las Vegas this time. It's not going to be in Fight
Oh
Island.
wow.
According to Tapology, so I'm going to like double check on that. So please don't quote me on that. But usually they're up to par with everything. Chris Gutierrez is also fighting. He came off a win not too long ago. Ray Borg, again, quick turnaround. Yeah, it's looking real good. This main and prelim card. It's gonna be a shorter card. You have like about 6 prelim fights and 5 main card fights, and I don't know why that seems really short because we just went through a 15 fight card, with this UFC Fight Night Island, sorry, Fight Island 3. So yeah, so we're probably most likely, because we're gonna talk about this now, live. Most likely, I'm gonna do a card for that, and definitely for the main event, the main card. I for sure maybe, I don't know about you, and like if you have any of the fighters in the main card that you're looking forward to, but this is probably more for me and my excitement for a fight night.
Yeah.
You want to do it, babe?
I'm down for whatever you want to do.
I feel
Always.
like that's your new motto. Aw, thanks, babe. This is why I like doing these like fight companions, even though right now it's not really a fight companion anymore because like we always do that. But I think that we're doing really good. I really appreciate everybody commenting. It shows that like how tight knit the MMA Twitter community is, and even like casuals, even people that are starting to get into MMA. I will probably, and I'm going to announce this right now because the idea was brought to me not too long ago. If anybody wants a crash course in MMA, so obviously very very basic stuff when it comes to like going and watching these fight nights or pay-per-views. Well, we as in like Fights Unwrapped, I'm the head of the department and Unwrapped Sports are going to launch that very soon, so it's gonna be exciting. I have a few contributors that are just really itching to get more knowledge on the sport, so of course I can't douse them with a lot of the technical, you know terminology and vocabulary, but I can, however, teach everybody just the basics of divisions and in terms of like judging and all that, the basics of that, and the types of mixed martial arts. So that's going to be coming real soon, and keep it locked for anybody who's obviously a huge sports fan. We got baseball back, we got basketball coming up, football's in the works apparently, and obviously MMA. So please keep it locked to Unwrapped Sports. Please check out our, well, it's kind of like a morning full fight breakdown during this fight to see what my picks were. I believe I went 5-2. Not too bad, not too shabby. Probably my worst record in a while, but it's honestly not too bad considering the fact that I got Whittaker to win the main event. So I'm pretty happy regardless. So yeah, babe, you wanna say anything before we end the stream?
Just one more thing. I don't think that's my name.
Okay, Daddy, you should change your name on the ticker.
What if I could? I don't think I can now.
Next time you can put that as your name. Okay. So
Okay.
good job on the bet. Well deserved. I'm not a sore loser for that, honestly, because I don't know, it was impressive. I love Mauricio Verdum, so can't really get mad at that. So I guess, babe, since this is your stream, like I said, I always leave you are the host for this, so I don't know if you want to close it out or not. But for everyone who joined, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for joining us on a Saturday night. This is our date night. We do these fight companions during Bellator, UFC, and probably more promotions along the way. And so stay tuned for more of that because next Saturday, apparently, there's another fight night that I did not like go ahead and look up too much. That's right. It was supposed to be Holly Holm versus Irene Aldana, but we got something pretty good instead. We got Edmund Sebastian versus Derek Brunston. So please stay tuned for that. Fight companion stream. So thank you. Ben, as always, for
Okay.
having me on your stream.
Well, it's funny how you told me to close it off, but you pretty much did that.
But you already know I host my own stream, so like it's kind of like natural for me.
Mhm.
I guess. Anyways, and that's what we are to say. Thank you. I'll talk to you in a little
Okay.
bit. Okay, thank you guys for joining, and please follow Appleman MMA and also at Monique and Fight Some Rap on Rap Sports. Sorry, I'm plugging in because I'm so used to doing that. And we'll see you guys next time for the fights. Bye.
Bye.